exactly the way we do. It's the Bridgeport Indians. We were comparing stats, and ladies and gentlemen, the difference in statistical information for total yards, these teams are separated by less than 10 yards. Their leading rushers, Zach Rohrig for Bridgeport, number 2 Curtis Jones for Midland, are separated by 13 yards. So Midland is basically looking at Midland.
Yeah.
It's a little different with some of the aspects of it. I think it's going to be very lean, heavily on running for Bridgeport. I think Midland's going to be balanced tonight. But when you talk about a game, this could be a state championship matchup, and we have it here in the quarterfinals.
How did these teams get here? Of course, Midland picking up the win. They were the number 1 seed, taking on number 16 Musselman last week here at the Castle, and a very one-sided victory there for the Knights. Bridgeport, a little tougher task. It is that 8-9 matchup that always will give you a great game. Bridgeport was the 8 seed. GW last week was the 9 seed there at Wayne Jamerson Field up in Bridgeport. 28-27 final score in that game as Bridgeport was able to pick up the victory and advance on, making the road trip down here from Bridgeport here this evening. And, they had a tough task yesterday. We know how good GW is. We've seen them, saw them earlier in this season. But Bridgeport was able to do one better than them last weekend and come away with the win. But, you talked about this Bridgeport offense. This is the team that, runs that triple almost like it's the wing T. I mean, it truly is. And you talk to folks around here, they're going to say it reminds you a lot of a Jim Thornburg offense that he ran forever at Barbersville and eventually here. But you talk to a lot of other people, too, that will say it reminds you a lot of the Wayne County offense. And Wayne T is what they call it, between Buffalo, Sarita Canova, and the old Wayne High School, too. That was that same wing, ground and pound, 3 yards, cloud of dust type offense.
Well, it's sort of the difference between going to a chain that has regular food and a chain that has spicy food. This one's got a little spice. It's a little caliente because they operate a single wing, but it's called a single wing spinnerback, which is a very unique thing. If you're watching us on our video productions broadcast, what you're going to notice is they don't play with a quarterback.
Yep.
And the back will do something that every football coach in America will probably clutch their chest upon receiving the ball, and it could go to any one of 4 backs that are back there. They turn their back completely to the line of scrimmage, and that's part of the deception because with their back being turned, they're either going to hand it to the guy who's taking the dive, give it to the guy who's taking the counter, give it to the person that's taking the sweep, or keep it themselves. So at that mesh point, which is a key point of every point of this type of offense, you have to be very cognizant and you have to maintain particularly coverage, not only in the secondary, but also maintain, line coverage as well, spacing, contain. Coaches, contain.
Real quick, we'll take about a minute here and talk about the win last week for Cabell Midland offensively. They moved the football on the ground, and they did a really good job in passing the football last week. Robert Shockey accounted for 5 touchdowns and 3 on the ground, 2 in the air. And Curtis Jones Jr., of course, going well over his 100 yards like he normally does on the season. Pretty much standard offense last week, but the one thing about it, we knew what Musselman was going to do. We saw them just a month before that, and I thought defensively was a solid game for him to get the job done.
Absolutely. That last week's game, with the exception of one factor, which we'll discuss later on, went exactly as per, as Midland wanted to go. It was almost a perfect game in every aspect. It was a game opponent. You got to showcase. You made sure you stayed fresh. You advanced, which some teams that were expected to advance didn't. So I think this week is going to be a little bit different. I expect for it to be a complete 48-minute game. I think the coaches have approached it that way. I know just from the mindset, Midland's ready tonight.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We're going to hear from the head coach of the Cabell Midland Knights, Luke Sammons, get his take on today's game and take a look back at last week as well. And we'll get you ready for this quarterfinal matchup between Cabell Midland and the Bridgeport Indians. It's coming your way as countdown to kickoff continues right here on 97.9 The River.
So, what if you're walking out to your...
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar store. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Jason Elkins State Farm. The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week from Kendra Digital Sports.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless... that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bank.
Hi, this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends, and we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
Stop by 7-Eleven on your way to work or school for fresh hot coffee and Paradise Donuts. 7-Eleven on the corner.
Time to get ready for the second round of the West Virginia Class AAA playoffs as your Cabell Midland Knights get ready to host the Bridgeport Indians. Jason Toy here with you as we get you ready for kickoff tonight. We're joined now by the head coach of the Cabell Midland Knights, Luke Sammons. Coach, let's go back to round one last week, a team that you faced just about a month and a couple of days before, and that's the Musselman Applemen. And pretty much it seemed like the same offense, same defense that they brought in. You guys learned a lot on that first game. You're able to control a few more things from that offense and defense from Musselman. You came away with a huge win. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I thought the kids played well. They come out fast. Thought all three phases of the game were good. And that's always important to come out fast and strong, and our kids did a good job of that. I feel like we've gotten better, in a lot of ways throughout the course of the season, and that's getting to this point. So, it's a long year, but at the same time, very proud of our kids winning round one and getting ready for another huge matchup.
And one of the things I noticed in the Musselman game was the fact that obviously your bread and butter is running that football, and you guys did a very good job at that. But passing the ball, I think, is probably one of your best passing games of the season. Things look crisp, good routes by receivers, and everything seemed to work well in the passing matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we work on passing as much as we do running, and we're a tough physical football team that believes in running the football, and that's proven with success and our kids and what they believe in. And Curtis has almost 1,700 yards rushing, which is phenomenal. Not playing complete games, and some lopsided wins, and so that's phenomenal. And then Shockey has over 1,000 yards rushing. So, and Hobbs has 500 or 600. So when you have that, that's great numbers and great average per carry, and running the football, you got to be able to run the football. And but throwing the football too is another thing that you got to do well. And I feel like our kids do a great job. We got some really good receivers, and we got a good quarterback and good linemen. So if you can run and pass and screen them and do a little bit of everything, then you got a more complete team.
I thought defensively for your team last week, that it was that defensive line and that linebacking core that was getting the job done early. And you made it very hard, put it this way, on Musselman to try to be able to move that football.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it always starts up front, but on the D-line. And I like our D-line. We play a lot of kids, and, we've played in a lot of big games this year. And you got to have a good D-line, and you got to have good linebackers. It starts there, and it moves all the way back. So, great linebackers with Cannon and Trace. And Ray's had a great year, and Cannon's a great player, and Trace is a 3-year starter. So those kids are really good, and Carson Goo's done a great job. And our D-line's rotated. We got Michael, of course, and Ruley, and, so there's a lot of good kids that have played a lot of football, and it starts up front, and then it moves to the second level, which is the linebackers. And I like those kids. They work really hard, and they're a good group.
We'll talk more with the head coach of the Cabell Midland Knights, Luke Salmons, right after this timeout here on 97.9 The River.
Even more money. The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar store. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Jason Elkins State Farm. The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week from Kendra Digital Sports.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
Hi, this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends. And we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
No appointment necessary. For more information, call 304-691-1880. The Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Taking care of the herd. Taking care of the Cabell Midland Knights.
Nate Allen takes you home from work weekday afternoons right here on 97.9 The River.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get you ready for kickoff here tonight. It is Cabell Midland taking on Bridgeport, and of course, Coach Luke Salmons here with us. And Coach, big win last week against Musselman. It is round one, but now you're back to 0-0 on your record. It's survive and advance, and you got a team, I think probably one of the toughest teams that you'll face all season long in Bridgeport coming in. Last year, that was the place where the season came to an end up there in Bridgeport, West Virginia. So now this time you get them at home. This is one of those unique offenses that, not a lot of people run this offense much, but it's one of those ones that's very complicated to try to stop. What have you seen on film with this team this year?
We played them last year, and so we kind of are familiar with what they do. Then in 2020, I think we prepared for them. The COVID year, we were going to see them in the semifinals, and they canceled that game. So we prepared for them a few different times. They're different. What they do is different, but it starts with blocking, and how they come off the football. They're very good at what they do, and they believe in what they do, and they've been doing it for a long period of time. So, very successful program, very successful team. We've only lost one game this year, and so they got a good team, good running back. The Rourke kid's really good. He's got 1,600 yards or something, 20-some touchdowns. So, but it starts up front with them, and a lot of misdirection, a lot of traps, a lot of counters, and then running right at you as well. So, they're just a good team. Defensively, same thing. Can tackle well, get to the football, and don't hurt themselves. So they're just a good football team. That's why they're in the second round, and that's why we're there. And it's going to be a great matchup.
You have enough. I know you do have enough players, but when you prepare for a team like this, you obviously got to run some scout team stuff against your defense to kind of emulate it a little bit. Is this one of the harder ones to prepare for throughout the week?
Yeah, I mean, it's different, so it's always going to be hard to prepare for, but at the same time, our kids did a great job. I mean, I kind of, certain times I try to get really involved with the scout team, and this week we kept with them, while we were watching film on Monday with the defense, and we kind of watched film with the scout team and prepared them like they were them, kind of, and then we do that again on Monday again, and we walk through the plays and go through it again, and then we started running them, and I thought they gave a great look. I mean, they could run their plays. I mean, they're not perfect and not as good as what they do, but they know, they can get them set, and they can line up in their formations, and they can, I feel good about how we've prepared for them, and I feel good about our game plan. I feel good about our kids and our depth, and, it's just, got to play football.
All right, Coach, best of luck with it.
Absolutely. We appreciate you.
Well, there you have it. The head coach of the Cabell Midland Knights, Luke Salmons, as his team prepares for round 2 of the West Virginia Class AAA playoffs as they play host to the Bridgeport Indians. Coming up, myself, Chris Tatum, will get you the starting lineups and the coin toss. It is next right here on 97.9 The River.
Little General Stores and Arby's on Route 60 in Ona say good luck and go Knights. With over 100 locations across West Virginia, Little General Stores have the name brand food and fuel franchises you'll come to know and trust, with great prices and convenient places. And of course, Arby's has the meats before the game or after the game, on your way to school or work, and on the way home. Stop by the Little General Store.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Milam. I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more. We are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
So you did our lineups and stuff?
For details.
Locally owned Glenn Sporting Goods has been serving the tri-state for over 52 years and is a proud supporter of Cabell Midland Athletics.
That's what I'm saying. I appreciate it. I'll get a hold of you guys later. We may have to talk.
Under Armour, Champion, North Face, and more. Glenn's offers fundraising stores for your team or organization and screen printing done right there on site. And don't forget, Glenn's has a great selection of athletic shoes and workout apparel. Glenn Sporting Goods, 3rd Avenue, downtown Huntington.
Doctors Cruz, Nybert, and Hetlinger want to wish the Cabell delicious dishes with the freshest ingredients with an impeccable gourmet touch.
Round between the Cabell Midland Knights and the Bridgeport Indians here in Ona. Jason Toy, Kent Bryson here with you. Lowell Lawson running things back in the studio in Huntington as we get ready to roll here in Ona here tonight. We expect temperatures to continue to fall here throughout the night. We do have a mist now. We had steady rain there for a while, and we've got a mist that is happening right now, but we're looking at that to start to dissipate here as the evening kind of goes on. But you know, we were told we're going to have the rain out of here by 5:30. Well, we are at 7:25 Eastern right now, and it is a heavy mist rain that we've got right now as the teams make their way out on the field. The Knights in the red uniforms, red pants with the white numerals trimmed in black, and the pants have the white and black stripes down the side, and, of course, the pewter helmets. As the Midland football team makes their way out of the field behind the Harley and out of the tunnels, we get ready to roll here tonight for Cabell Midland. For the Bridgeport Indians, they've got the red pants, white jerseys, and the red numerals, and those red helmets, too, as that rain, Kent, now has really, really picked up out there.
Absolutely.
It is, it's gotten pretty. In fact, it's probably the hardest it's rained since about, 4 o'clock this afternoon, maybe 3:30 this afternoon.
I would agree. But, I don't think it's really going to impact either team in their offensive execution. I think ball security is always an issue anytime you have teams that match up like this. But where the real concern is going to be is that where we expected Midland to be diversified in their offense in regards to how they're going to handle this game, there may be some difficulties. Those receivers may have a little bit of a problem, but I really don't think there's going to be a lot of passing. I'm anticipating some, depending on how this game goes, but as people have already commented, this is the game of the season, and this is definitely going to be the best game of the playoffs.
As the fog from the intro continues to work its way across the field, slowly, kind of an ominous look with the smoke that continues to blow away. We can see the captains meeting at the middle of the field. Robert Shockey, also Cannon Lewis. It's Brylan Ryder. Also out there is Caden Bowen out there for the Cabell Midland Knights as they get the final instructions from the official, getting ready for the coin toss here, and we'll get ready to roll here this evening. Hard to believe we're in the quarterfinal round. This season has flown by. I mean,
absolutely.
Just amazing.
But I tell you, this season has been very exciting. If you ask anyone outside of this Midland family how they thought this season was going to go, by being even the most optimistic, no one anticipated this. So this team came out of nowhere. They are a team. I think it's one of the things we've seen this season is that even though there's been an influx of communication regarding transfers, chemistry still matters. And this team has very good chemistry. They play well together, and I think they play for each other.
The Knights won the toss, so they elect to receive. They'll start things off offensively, and they will go from right to left as we get ready to roll here this evening at Cabell Midland High School. When you look at the things offensively for the Knights on the season, they continue to move the football pretty well. They've also gone up against some opponents and given up, rushing yards. The Knights have rushed the football for 3,700 yards on the season as a team. They've given up about 1,200 of that. So looking to continue that momentum here today. 71 touchdowns that the Knights have accounted for here on the season. So we'll see if that momentum will continue to roll here for us. Meter will go back deep. Also back deep, Landon Nida. And we'll see if we will get the kickoff going back deep. New kicker tonight for Bridgeport and the Indians. They're going to have Gavin Williams. He is freshman getting the start here. Matter of fact, the only freshman that will get the start here tonight here for the Bridgeport Indians. Final instructions from both the coaching staffs on either side. Tyler Farrs, the third-year head coach for the Bridgeport Indians. For Luke Sammons in his 12th season, even dozen now for Coach Luke Sammons. Good crowd in attendance here tonight. They've got the umbrellas out. They got the ponchos out. Trying to do all they can to stay dry here tonight.
I think everybody just broke out the hunting gear early.
Well, they're out of school after today, so it's all about hunting season getting rolling on Monday.
True hunters have already been out there, my friend.
Oh, they've been out there.
True hunters have already been out there.
They've been out there getting their stands and getting their blinds set up. They're ready to roll. All right, officials letting the clock roll. We've got fresh 12 minutes up on the clock. Final instructions from our lead official on both sides of the field. He runs his way towards the near side, looking for head coach Luke Sammons. Get some final instructions with him as we get ready to kick things off here tonight. Bridgeport bringing a good contingent down I-64, actually I-79-64, and making their way here to Ona tonight. That rain is really, really picked up out here. Very prominent when you look across and see the with the lights here, but the lights back at the baseball field and the softball field and the soccer field. So we're having play clock problems again, like we had last week. They were out here, I will tell you this, but in pregame they were making sure they were running them through. But
they're working
now. But they're both off. They're kind of like not in sequence with each other. So they're going to have them off here. All right, here we go. We're getting ready to start things off here. Gavin Williams will kick it off from left to right. He'll tee it up at the 40-yard line. Instead of the middle of the field, he'll go to the far hash mark with it. Final whistle from the official. And he is ready to roll. Here's the kick. Low line driver. It's going to take a roll, and it's going to go out of bounds just to the left of the pylon, right at about the 1-yard line. So they're going to, matter of fact, right at the 1-yard line it goes out. So 1st and 10 for the Knights. They'll get it from the 35.
That's a good start.
Not a bad start for Cabell Midland. And we'll get ready to roll. A big thing tonight is going to be rotating those footballs in here tonight for both sides of the football, trying to get some dry ones out there. Defensive line-wise for the Bridgeport Indians, pretty good size, averaging right about 240 pounds across the line. Wes Brown, Ryan Jones, also Bo Ford and Adam Sparks make up that line. They go with a 4-3-D.
I was going to say number 77 for them. Looks like he actually can get a triple digit. That's a big kid.
275 for him. Shockey out of the pistol formation. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right. Ball far hash mark. Man in motion is Nida in the near side. Handoff up the middle. Jones Jr. lowers his shoulder, gets across the 35, works his way up to the 40-yard line. Pick up a 4 yards on the play, and the Knights are off with a 4-yard pickup, bringing 2nd down and 6. Hurry up offense. Same formation, 2 wideouts out of the way. Shockey keeps it himself, works behind Jones, lowers his shoulder, dives forward, gets close to the 1st down. They're going to say his knee went down at the 44-yard line. 3rd down is short coming up. We're just underway, 11:26 opening quarter, no score. Knights opening drive.
And this is eerie similar to what happened last year. Midland actually drove on their first series and scored a touchdown against Bridgeport, and then Bridgeport scored like 28 straight points. So
3rd and 2. Here goes Shockey. Stutter steps, cuts left, takes a hit, gets enough for the 1st down. He needed about 1.5 yards. He picked up 2. So 1st and 10 for the Knights and moved the chains. In on the stop was Bo Ford for the Bridgeport Indians.
And I have to say, Midland seems like they're very content with the pace of the game. This is actually their weather. They seem very happy with how things are going.
Ball near hash mark. 2 wideouts out of the way, out of the pistol formation. It will be Meter going in motion. Handoff up the middle to Jones, and 3 yards, cloud of dust, works his way up to about the 47-yard line. Pickup of a couple yards, brings up 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup.
Looks like Midland's going to 2 backs now.
I was going to say, I was wondering how long it was going to take, because last week it was about, the start of the 3rd quarter. Right there at the end of the 2nd quarter, start of the 3rd quarter, they went 2 backs the rest of the way. Hobbs will check in. He will line up offset to the left now of Shockey. It is Jones out of the pistol. Shockey claps his hands, quick pitch near side, and Jones breaks a tackle behind the line of scrimmage and forced out of bounds on the near side. He broke away on that one. Good job defensively by Bridgeport to get the pressure in the backfield, and it was just enough for Jones to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
And I like that play call. I think running it to the near side of the field really didn't give Jones a chance Look for them to possibly go back to that, run it more towards the wide side of the field to give Jones a chance to elude that tackler.
They'll move Hobbs out. They'll bring Nida back in. So 4 wide receivers coming in. Pauly will split to the far side along with Nida and Meter. Bowen near side. And we're looking at 3rd down and 8 with 10:15 left to play. Opening quarter, no score. Big 3rd down coming up for the Knights. Shockey out of the shotgun. Low snap. Takes it. Rolls out to the right. Design run. Turns upfield. Gets across the 50, 45. Stretches it out as he gets to the 45-yard line. Needed to make it down to the – actually checked at the 45. Needed to get down to the 44. He's going to be a yard shy, 4th and 1.
And defensively, Bridgeport is staying in that base. They are respecting that Midland passing game. Look for those linebackers or safeties to move up on this 4th down play.
4th and 1. Shockey out of the pistol. Takes a snap. Works behind the block, and he got the second effort, got enough for the 1st down. Breaks it out to the outside, gets enough for the 1st down to move the chains, keeps the drive alive. Good 4th down conversion. And 1st down for the Knights. On the stop, it was Cal Colcerino in there on the stop for the Bridgeport Indians. 9.5 minutes left to play opening quarter. .42-yard line where the football is. 1st and 10 out of the pistol. Handoff now to Jones near side. Breaks it out. 35-30. Gets an open field. 25-20. Has a block in front. 5-10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Cabell Midland. Curtis Jones Jr., 42 yards on 1st down play, and the Knights strike first. 9:15 left to play in the opening quarter.
That looked very good.
Had a nice open hole on the near side. And 42 yards. And Curtis Jones Jr. on top gets it into the end zone. Hornbuckle back out kicking. He'll come and tee it up. Bowen will be the holder. Another cut to long snapper. Slips through the hands. It is going to be Hornbuckle having to fall back on it. That's the problem when you get with wetness like this. It slipped right through the hands of Caden Bowen, and it goes for naught. 6-0 our score. Cabell Midland on top. 60-second break right here on 97.9 The River.
In 1967, Food Care opened its doors in Barbersville.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
I care. I care.
I care.
I care. I care.
It doesn't matter how big or small your problem is. We want you to know that we're all in this together. At Cabell County Schools, we want everyone in our school community to know that they belong and that we care.
Order online at Gino'sPizza.com. Geno's Pizza and Spaghetti House.
We're your home for Cabell Midland football. 97.9 The River.
Ensuing kickoff after the Knights touchdown brings it up across the 20 to the 25, wrapped up and brought down at the 26-yard line. On the return that time, looked like Zach Roy actually checked that on the return. Eli Martin on the return. Tim Jeffries on the return. And you talked about it, Kent. It is pouring down big time right now. 1st and 10 for Bridgeport. They'll have it at the 26-yard line going from left to right. Ball near hash mark. Here we go with this tight formation. No quarterback. Direct snap back to the back and the handoff up the middle. And here he comes across the 30 to the 35, wrapped up and brought down there. Zach Rorick, the senior, will call his name a lot here tonight. It is a lot of misdirection in there. Aiden Sparks lines up in a position where it would be like the quarterback. Sparks won't run the ball too much, but he leads the signals out there. Matter of fact, there are no, so to say, quarterback numbers out there, really, when you think about it.
Not at all.
So it's 2nd down and 1. Ray Williams in on the stop. They're going to overload the line towards the near side. Snap back. Rorick once again. Cuts back near side. Gets enough for the 1st down as he works his way up to the 38-yard line.
Now, I can already tell you this game has started a whole lot better than last year's. And I think on the first play of Bridgeport's offensive series, Rourke hit for about 67 yards.
That was Love, by the way, on that one.
But Midland's playing a little variation. Last year they played with a single high safety. Now they're playing with 2 dual safeties.
Yeah.
They're also playing what's commonly would be looked upon sort of as a big nickel. They have safeties sort of on the outside of the line of scrimmage as well.
Up underneath center, here's the quarterback, the snap back, direct back to the back, and once again, this is Rourke who spins around. And again, it's that offense, we talked about it, we joke about it, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And it's kind of what you get, 4 yards at a whack. Maybe next time you pick up 6. Right now it's 2nd down and 5 after the 5-yard pickup. 7:40 left to play, opening quarter, Knights on top, 6-0. And you truly, really, honestly can't have no idea which direction it's going. You got to give tip of the cap to Kyler Springer, the center. He has got the hard work here to try to position that football and move it. Actually, it's Rumstein up there at the center spot. Hands it off on the inside. Here's the back. Brings it up across the middle. He's gone. Here goes Jeffries. Wide open field to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Bridgeport. They answer it from the 43-yard line.
And that was a quick hitter. I believe that actually went to what's commonly referred to as the sort of the wing back.
57 yards. TD run, and that is Tim Jeffers. Extra point attempt coming up. Gavin Williams on to attempt his first one here as the freshman getting the start tonight. And we got penalty flags flying. He did hit the upright, got it through the uprights. We'll check the flag. Looks like this one might go against the defense. Officials bringing a new football in, as that was just one of those nice wide open shots that actually did a handoff there. Sparks handed it off there to Jeffries, and he was just gone. You got to be quick eyes to figure out where this football is going to go.
And you have to play lane assignment as well.
Yep. We always talk about assignment football when you talk about an option. Staying with your man, you don't know which man to stay with. Low snap, pulled up, kick is up, splits the uprights. It is good. 7:10 left to play here, first quarter. It's Bridgeport 7, Cabell Midland 6, 60-second break right here on 97.9 The River.
Dr. Reginald S. Opima.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state.
It's the Night Flight with Big John, coming up after the game, right here on 97.9 The River.
After the touchdown, the kickoff by Williams, low line driver picked up on the ground by Meter, brought it up across the 10 to the 15-20, and finally wrapped up and brought down up at the 27-yard line. So we'll see how the Knights respond to it after the touchdown run of 57 yards by Tim Jeffers, and the extra point was good, and we're a slip ball away from having a tie ball game. 7-6 is our score, and it is Bridgeport on top here early in the first quarter. There goes Shockey, keeps it himself, turns upfield, working behind the block of Jones, picks up a couple of yards, and that's about it. Gets it down to the 30-yard line.
And I got to tell you, Midland, of course, has to make a quick adjustment. This is not how you generally see Midland play a game, but I think offensively they realize that they can keep pace with them. Somebody eventually is going to get the benefit of a turnover.
Trips to the right, single wide out near side, ball middle of the field. Shockey out of the pistol, claps his hands, runs the option to the left, keeps it himself, turns upfield, gets across the 35, and gets close to a first down at about the 37-yard line. So they're going to say he's just about a half a yard shy. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up. They're going to put the football back at the 36. 3rd down 1. Trips to the right, ball near hash mark. Shockey out of the pistol. Keeps it, works behind the block from Jones, gets the first down, near side, forced out of bounds, just beyond the 40-yard line at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights.
And you got to say from Midland again, nice offensive patience. You don't have to get everything back. Just play your game.
Hobbs will check in. Branch will come out. So Goodrich split to the right, along with Nida. Bowen towards the near side. There goes Shockey. Handoff Jones, right side. Nothing there. Cuts back to the left, trying to turn upfield. Gets across the 45 and gets tripped up as he works his way up to the 48-yard line. Defensively that time, and the initial hit coming in there from Aiden Sparks for the Indians.
Now, we haven't really talked about this, but Bridgeport only plays about 13 players. You know, a lot of these guys who are playing defense also will play offense.
Well, they stacked the line. They got 5 down linemen. Here goes Jones working it to the right, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield and lose yardage. Good job on the Bo Ford, who got back there, wrapped him up, and brought him down. Got an injured player. Jones?
That's Williams.
Williams is slow getting up. He's down on the field. Injury timeout on the field. We'll step aside ourselves. 5:13 left to play here. First quarter. It's Cabell Midland trailing 7-6 to Bridgeport. We're back after the 60-second break right here on 97.9 The River.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends. And we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind. We care about you, your family, your business, and your goals. We're PCB, a proud community bank. Open an account with us today.
Hi, I'm Tarambas Patrick from Charleston, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Palmar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Palmar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Palmar app and sign up for the Palmar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Palmar stores.
If there's not a Palmar store near you now, there will be soon.
At 97.9theriver.com.
Ben Williams, the sophomore, is slow to get up, and the help from the Marshall Orthopedics, Marshall Sports Medicine Institute folks out there helping him out. As he's getting up gingerly, going to have some assistance, not putting any pressure on that right leg for him. That'll be a big loss in that offensive line because you've already lost Lunsford and Michael Lunsford, who is not dressed today. So that's 2 of your big guys really on that right side that are gone when Lunsford lines up at the tight end spot.
You can talk about a newcomer. Ben Williams is actually first-team All-MSAC. He's the only offensive lineman from the group that actually made first team. So it shows the recognition that he is held in conference as well. So
a loss on the play of about 1 yard is where they're going to officially put it down. So 3rd down, 6 coming up, the ball at the 46-yard line as Williams gets some assistance off towards the near side. The Knights are already lined up. They've got 2 wideouts near side, actually trips near side, single wideout far side. Shockey out of the pistol. He'll have Jones lined up behind him. Brylan Ryder sets up the offensive line. He works it from the center spot. Jones goes in motion, far side. Here goes Shockey, empty backfield under pressure. Now he'll tuck it and run. Right side, gets enough for the first down as he gets across midfield and works his way down inside Indian territory to the 48-yard line. He was looking to pass the football, but there was immediate pressure defensively that time by the Indians. They're going to put the football down at the 45-yard line.
And I got to tell you, from Bridgeport, they're still staying in that base. They're staying with those 2 safeties, high safeties. They're not deviating in any way.
Hobbs checks in. He'll line up to the left of Shockey. Lead blocker for Jones. Jones lowers his shoulder, power football. Works his way down to the 41-yard line. It's going to bring up second down. 4:35, rolling clock, first quarter. Knights trailing 7-6. Both teams exchanging touchdowns, and on the extra point attempt for the Knights, with the wet football slipped through the hands, and the Knights weren't able to get the kick off. All right, Shockey out of the pistol. Will now have Hobbs to his left. Claps his hands it off Jones again. He's hit immediately. Defensively in there, it was Devon Williams who lowers his shoulder, hits Jones, but at least Jones fell forward. He gets across the 40 to the 39.5-yard line.
Yeah, and I was going to say the Bridgeport players are just waiting. They're waiting to see which hole opens up, and they're just collapsing on there. We got to do better at the line of scrimmage and blocking.
3rd down and 4 coming up. Shockey, play action, steps up, fires, tipped, and it goes incomplete. Nida slipped down. It looked like one of the linemen got a hand on. I believe that was the big man in Wes Brown up there in that defensive line that tipped it. 4th down and 4 coming up. Stops the clock with 3:46 left to play first quarter. Well, decision time here for Coach Luke Sandwich. Which direction you go with it?
They're going.
Good route. You know they're going to go for it. 2 wideouts near side. Tight end lined up on the far side. There goes Shockey out of the pistol. Hobbs to his left. 4 down lineman now for Bridgeport. Hobbs goes in motion, shifts to the right. Claps the hands, runs the option to the right. Shockey keeps it himself, and he's going to be, he pitches it last second. They're going to say, was he down? We'll see. They're going to see if they can't fumble at 4, but we'll find out what they have.
Definitely going to go back to the line of scrimmage.
He pitched it as he was getting hit. Incomplete pass, so it'll bring up 4th down. Actually, bring up 1st down and turn it over on downs.
And I'll tell you, Midland's receivers are not blocking. Obviously, Bridgeport's running 2 fast ends, but no one's touching these ends, so they're just teeing off.
All right, we'll see what the Knights do now with the football, or do defensively here. All right, Sparks back there. He's basically the position of the quarterback. He's offset to the right of the center. Direct snap back to the back. Cuts back across the middle. Still on his feet, working his way through. That is the ball carrier once again. That is Love, and he's going to pick up 9 yards. So he gets it up to the 47-yard line. Make it actually 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. Clock rolls. 3:20 left to play opening quarter. Bridgeport on top, 7-6.
Now, Midland has made an adjustment. They've actually put in on as bandit Matt Edwards, and also playing at defensive end is number 53, Caleb Parlier.
They overstacked the near side of the line for Bridgeport. Snap back. They're going to look to pass the football. They have a receiver to the far side looking to go up. Goes through his hands. Incomplete. We knew they were going to attempt to do that. The pass intended over there for Williams. Coverage on the far side there by the Knights. It looked like on the defensive coverage, that was Pratt on the coverage on the far side. Oh, no, check that. It was Nida.
That's Nida.
Yeah, Nida was back there. Pratt was also back there defensively. 3rd down, 2 coming up. Big 3rd down coming up for the Knights. If you can get a stop here, 3rd and 2. Robertson has to look between his legs to see where he's going to snap the football to. He goes
14.
Direct snap back, and he gets it to him, and Love works his way across the 50. Good enough for the 1st down. Gets inside Midland territory to the 48. So 1st and 10 now for the Indians. From the 48. Going from left to right. 2:40, rolling clock, first quarter. Cabell Midland trails 7-6.
Now, I'll tell you, from a defensive standpoint, the hardest thing is that anybody where you normally want to rush the quarterback, you can't do that, because once you give up containment, there's going to be a back that's going
Which eliminates somebody like a Cannon Lewis out of your
Absolutely.
defense that's had a great year doing that stuff. Sparks stands back in there. This is going to be a snap going back to Rorick. Turns upfield, gets across the 35 to the 40, gets upended by Meters. He gets there to the 36-yard line. Another 1st down, and a big pickup of about 14 yards on the play for the Indians.
As a football player, you don't want to be steady. You don't want to be stagnant when the ball is snapped. But I think this is more of a read and react. You cannot immediately rush towards the line of scrimmage.
Love goes to the far side, gets the play call. They give the instructions in the huddle. 1:50 left to play opening quarter. Bridgeport with the first down. In the backfield is Rorick and Love. Wing back towards the near side as well. Takes a snap, hands it back over to Love. Turns up, actually Rorick, this is Love, turns upfield, gets across the 25 and works his way down to the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Leader on to stop for Cabell Midland.
I was going to say number 9, Spatafor's in now, running back.
He's the junior, 6'1", 200-pounder. He lines up to the left. Man in motion to the far side. Hand to him, and a handoff right up the middle. It is to Love. And he gets across the 30 and down to the 28. Actually, Rorick on the carry that time. Ray on the stop.
I was going to say, when an offense like this, it's very rarely that the center is the most valuable player. But truly, the center is the most valuable player because he has to dictate where that snap's going to go amongst those 3 backs.
And not too often when the center actually has to look back between his legs, almost like a long snapper to determine where the football is going to go. That's exactly what he has to do. He's got 2 backs in the backfield to be able to do it. They overload the right side of the line. And hand up to the left side, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. A good job, Jeffries, on the carry, but a good job defensively by the Knights. It's going to be short of the first down. And
it was almost a fumble.
They're going to stop the clock. I think they're going to measure this one.
I think they called it.
Did they give it first?
I thought they did.
Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter, so we'll find out. First quarter kind of went like we thought. It is Bridgeport on top, 7-6 over the Cabell Midland Knights. Second quarter coming up, 60-second break right here on 97.9 The River.
Look at the numbers on the Knights.
They give it first.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it. Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
And set up at the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap going to Love up the middle 14. On the delay. Gets across the 25 and works his way down to the 21-yard line. So picked up 5 on it, brings up second down and 5. Just underway in the second quarter. It is Cabell Midland trailing 7-6.
I tell you, from the defensive standpoint, you know, a holding penalty here would be very beneficial. Something that can put Bridgeport just behind the sticks a little bit.
I got to imagine it's hard for them to do a holding penalty when they're just doing things in the interior line.
Absolutely.
They're not stretching anything out on it. Here's the snap and a quick pitch. Matter of fact, it's a handoff again. Right side, Love. He's going to get to the right side, and he's going to lower his shoulder, stays inbounds, gets across the 5, and gets down to about the 3-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle over there on the far side for the Knights. And that was an impressive play. Matter of fact, they handed the ball off 3 times in there in the inside line.
I tell you, that was he hit him with the hit stick.
It was Ramey on the stop. First and goal coming up from the 3-yard line. Bridgeport knocking on the door, looking to add to their lead. They're on top 7-6. Just under 11 minutes left to play here in the first half. Here's Love, goes right, cuts back left. He's going to be wrapped up, trying to stretch out. He'll be wrapped up and brought down there on the near side. It looks like leading the way, Ruley leading the way on the stop along with Gue.
Like it was Lewis as well. Cannon.
Yep, and 1 yard pickup, second and goal from about the 1. 10.5 minutes left to play here, first half.
GW last week when they played this Bridgeport team, they actually had all their D linemen stand up. No one really got in a 3 or 4 point stance.
In the backfield, it is Rorick and Love in the backfield. And the handoff is to Love. As direct snap to him, goes right side to the end zone. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown. The 1 yard touchdown run. And it is Bridgeport adding to their lead on top 13-6.
I actually thought the fullback had it.
Josh Love, the junior. And extra point attempt coming up by Williams. 10:04 left to play here. First half. Snap, kick, up is good. 10:04 left to play first half. It is Bridgeport 14, Cabell Midland 6. 30-second break right here on 97.9 The River.
It's that time of year again. Football is back.
Hi, this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We have that thundering herd pride at your local Parmar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Parmar app for even more savings and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Just
hang on.
Cabell Midland football on 97.9 The River.
10:04 left to play here in this first half. It is Bridgeport 14, Cabell Midland 6. As you listen to Midland football on WMGA Canova Huntington, along with Kent Bryson, I'm Jason Toy. Lowell Austin running things back in the studio in Huntington here in round 2 of the West Virginia Class AAA playoffs. And so far it's been all Bridgeport, taking a couple of drives down the field and found pay dirt with it. Most recently, Josh Love with a 1 yard touchdown run. Here's Williams with the kickoff. End over end. Far side, Meter fields it at the 1. Brings it to the far hash mark to the 10, to the 15, middle of the field, 20, 25. Lowers his shoulder, and Knight actually on the return gets it up to the 30-yard line. Knight's trying to answer, get some points back. They're a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away from tying it. And they'll start this drive off at the 30-yard line.
I'm looking to see if Williams is back in the game. It looks like they have made an adjustment, though.
2 wide outs either way. Shockey with Jones Jr. in the backfield. This time he's lined up to the right of Shockey. Surveys the line, takes a snap, direct to him. He goes Shockey up the middle, lowers his shoulder, drives his way up to the 35-yard line. The 5-yard, making a 4-yard pickup on the play. Second down, 6. Headed our way for the Knights.
Now, along the line of scrimmage, Midland actually kind of pushed the Bridgeport defenders back.
Shockey lined it up 5 yards off the ball. Takes a snap, rolls out, looking to pass the football. Has the receiver incomplete for Nida, and he grounded it into the turf. It'll bring up third down 5.
I have to say, though, I mean, Midland needs to run the ball, at least until they can establish the run long term, because they're not doing anything in regards to passing the ball, only giving Bridgeport more opportunities.
Midland taking their time, getting up to the line. 2 wide outside the way. Out of the shotgun once again, 9:26 left to play here, first half. Knights trail 14-6. Shockey takes a snap, looking to pass the football. No pressure, fires back across the middle. It's grabbed. There's Meter making the grab at the 50, 45, 40. Near side to the 35 to the 30. 25 and knocked out of bounds on the near sideline at the 19-yard line. Pass catch, and a great job by Meter. He went up and took that football away.
That was a great catch by Meter.
Well, they worked the passing game.
They did work it.
Wide stance here. Matter of fact, they got huge gaps on the offensive line for the Knights. Shockey takes a snap, hands off to Jones. Jones cutting to his left, works his way down to the 15-yard line.
And this is a difference between last year. I mean, we were pretty much focused on running the ball last year, and they were able to stop us. It looks like now they're going to try to at least exert, again, the dominance along the line of scrimmage, where I think Midland does excel.
46 yards on that pass and catch, by the way. Shockey, delay, left side, cuts back across the middle of the 10 to the 5, spins, move at the 2, goes into the end zone, touchdown. That little stutter step delay there was Shockey, and it was a second effort with a spin move at the 3-yard line, and he walks into the end zone, and the Knights are an extra point away. Let's see if they're going to go for 2. They're sending another cut out, and they're going to go for the kick. Caden Bowen is the holder. Another cut, the long snapper. He dries his hands. He goes down in his stance. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, splits the uprights. It is good. 8:41 left to play in this first half. The Knights getting the touchdown back. They trail by 1, 14-13. 30-second break right here on 97.9 The River.
Cabell County Schools has a zero-tolerance policy for bullying, harassment, and intimidation. We're excited to provide the Stop It mobile app for our students. Stop It has 2 powerful features. Students may report incidents or talk directly to school officials. Cabell County students have the power to end harmful and inappropriate online or physical bullying. You can download the app from Apple or Google Play. Together, we can create a safer, kinder school community. Here at Thorn
on 97.9 The River.
15-yard touchdown run by Robert Shockey. The extra point from Hornbuckle, making it 14-13. And Kent, we talked about trying to get that run established, but it was a big 46-yard pass.
Absolutely.
Between Shockey and Meter that set it all up.
I got to tell you, it was an exceptional reception by Meter, who's shown the ability. I mean, it's very reminiscent of when they played Ironton, if you recall a couple of those interceptions he had where he just seems like he just jumps up.
All right, the Knights trail by 1, 8:41 left to play here first half. They're getting ready to give the football back to the Bridgeport Indians. It'll be Hornbuckle teeing it up at the 40-yard line. Rourke back deep. And it'll be a kick coming towards the near side. It'll be fielded on the near side by Moses. Brings it up across the 10, 15, and the 20. And he gets up into the 25 and falls forward to the 27-yard line. First and 10 for Bridgeport. 8:35 left to play here first half. It's 14-13 here in this quarterfinal round matchup in West Virginia Class AAA playoffs.
Now, Midland looks like they're going to make an adjustment where they've been going with 5 down linemen. It looks like they're trying to maybe go with 6, bringing the linebackers up. So Curtis Jones is actually playing on the line, almost in a defensive end hybrid
he slid up to that defensive end spot last time. They're going to the 5-2 defense right now, it looks like, for the Knights. In the backfield, it's Rourke. Direct snap to him, and he fakes the handoff and keeps it himself up the middle. Gets across the 30, 31-yard line. Cannon Lewis in on the stop. Pickup of a couple of yards on the play. Matter of fact, give him a 4-yard pickup, second down 6.
As I said, a stop would do us well here. Bridgeport traditionally doesn't like to play from behind. It's very much a ball control, but a couple of turnovers, just a turnover on downs would do a lot for our defensive mentality right now.
Love gets the play, brings it in. He's in the backfield along with Rourke. Here's a snap. It goes to Love, and he's going to be hit there at the line of scrimmage. Good job on that defensive line there by the Knights. It was Cannon Lewis leading the way on the first initial hit. And then on the backside of things, it was Ruley in there on the stop, too, for the Knights. Only a pickup of a couple of yards. Big third down coming up. 3rd down and 4. Matter of fact, a long 4. Kent, this is a big 3rd down.
Absolutely. And, you want to see what they're going to do. Midland, this is your chance to take control of this game, at least so far. So look for some defensive pressure. Assignment football.
Here's a snap, goes to Love, hand off to Rourke, right side. He'll be wrapped up and brought down. That's a big stop defensively by the Knights. And that was Cannon. Actually, check that in there on the stop. That was leading the way. That was Brylan Ryder.
Absolutely.
For the Knights. And that's a loss on the play. 4th down, and on comes the punting unit. That is a huge momentum shift to get the touchdown and then come away with the stop and force a 3 and out.
And I got to tell you what happened on that play. It looked like one of the offensive linemen fell. You saw the tight end coming across in motion. He tripped that offensive lineman, and that created that gap.
All right, the Knights at least showing they'll get the football back with Branch, who can break free. Here's the punt coming up here by Martin. It will be Branch that's going to let it roll. And it takes a Midland roll. It goes back. It hit at the 33 and rolled back to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights. They'll go from left to right. And they'll have it from the 34. 6:32 left to play.
And that was a great stop.
First half, by the way.
Yeah, great stop. This is really what Midland needed to do to force a punt to kind of take momentum back in this game. Let's see what we're going to do offensively in this series.
6:32 left to play first half. We knew it would kind of go back and forth with this one. So far, it's been showing that. The Knights, 2 wideouts either way. Shockey will have Jones offset to his left, takes a snap, steps up, 2-step drop, fires near side, and it goes in and out of the hands, incomplete. Led the receiver, Anida, just a little bit too far, and he tried to make a sliding catch there and couldn't pull it in.
And, you have to say the footing, the moisture, even though, Midland plays on this field, you can't really replicate these weather conditions. So receivers making cuts to get to the ball, it's going to be a little harder tonight.
Shockey really couldn't get his foot planted to throw that ball. He was kind of arming it out there. 2 wideouts either way, ball middle of the field. Shockey looking to pass the football again. Looks to his left, rolls out, under pressure, gets across the 30, across the line of scrimmage. Forced out of bounds in front of the Bridgeport bench at the 38-yard line. 3rd and long coming up for the Knights here. It'll be 3rd and 6 with 6:17 left to play here first half. The clock is stopped after Shockey stepped out of bounds.
What would you do in this position?
I mean,
Meters
they've gone passing each time.
I think they're going to go deep. It looks like Meters in that slot, and I don't think he's covered.
They're going out of the pistol. 3 wideouts towards the near side. Here goes Jones. They're going to set up a screen pass towards the near side, turn it up, and Jones tries to get up to the 40, and he only got a couple of yards on the play. That's it. It was Bridgeport snuffing it out defensively, and coming up making the big stop was Cam Martin for the Indians. 4th down and 4 coming up for the Knights. They have it at their own 40-yard line, and the Knights look like they're going to go for it. At least showing they're going to go for it. 2 wideouts either way. There goes Shockey. Claps his hands. They're going to go for the hard snap count. Claps it again and then calls timeout. 5:37 left to play here. First half. We'll keep it right here. The Knights burning the timeout. And that's kind of tricky when you're doing that because there's no play clock to look at because the play clocks are off.
That's true. And, they can't pooch his kid because Shockey is the punter, but he wasn't really lined up in what I would call a punting position. I thought if he was a little deeper or if he was perhaps back there by himself that he may be trying to punt the ball, pooch it down the field. It's a big call. But I think if you're Midland, you got to trust yourself here. Because down and distance really doesn't matter to Bridgeport. I mean, they've shown they can score close. They're punting, though. They can actually score, long distance as well, but they're going punt.
Shockey, who is, like you said, Kent, is the punter this season. He has hit 12 punts so far, long of 65 here this season.
And Bridgeport's going to have to play punt safe. I'm sure they've seen the film, the Huntington game, where he took off. But if you look at it right here,
it will be Cole Cerrito going back. He's going to be over towards the near side. As a matter of fact, now he goes back deep.
They may be able to make this on a fake.
Shockey is 20 yards off the ball. High snap pulled down, gets the punt off. Nice end over end, and this one is going to be fair caught at the 28-yard line. So 5.5 minutes left to play first half, 14-13. It is Bridgeport on top. They have the lead. And last time they had the football, it was a 3-and-out. Let's see if the Knights defense can do the same.
I think attrition is actually happening. You remember we talked about how Bridgeport only runs about 13 kids overall, but it seems as if some of the Bridgeport players are getting a little fatigued, particularly on that D-line, O-line.
Knights still holding in that 5-2 defense. Matter of fact, they got Shockey up on the line, too. Here goes the handoff, triple side, gets it over to Love. Right side turns upfield, gets across the 30 and works his way up to the 35-yard line. Cannon Lewis in on the stop. Also Branch in there, too. And Ray, it's like Ramey in there on the stop, too, for the Knights. We got one slow getting up, and that is Gu. And he is favoring that right shoulder.
I think it's shoulder where he had contact with that running back.
He's going to walk off towards the near side, but he is favoring that right arm big time. That would be another big loss there. Actually, it's Gillespie who's the injured player. Gillespie is also the backup tight end who works with Lunsford. So that's both tight ends that'll be out. Hopefully it's just a stinger. And Gillespie will come off towards the near side. Clock set back in motion. 5:10 left to play. Rolling clock here in this first half. Bridgeport 14, Cabell Midland 13. In the backfield this time, it will be Spotterfor is back there too. And handoff goes to Rorick up the middle. He lowers his shoulder, gets enough for the first down as he gets up to the 40-yard line. They got the handoff from Spotterfor, the junior there. First and 10 now for the Indians. 4.5 minutes left to play first half. Bridgeport 14, Cabell Midland 13. Spotterfor in the backfield, along with Rorick. Man in motion coming towards the near side. Spotterfor keeps it himself. Cuts up across the 40. Picks up a couple of yards on the play. It'll bring up second down and 8. Cannon Lewis in there on the stop. Ruley in there on the stop for the Knights. The rain has stopped.
It's gotten colder, though.
The temperature is dropping. You can tell the difference in that. Second down, 8. Crowd on the near side coming alive. Cowbells. Milk jugs making some noise. And Bridgeport with the football. Here's a snap to Love, right side. Love turns upfield, gets across the 45, and working his way up closer to that the first down marker at the midfield stripe, but he's going to be stopped at the 47-yard line. Third down, 3 coming up now for the Indians, and that was a quick injury deal for back in there for Gillespie, who checks back into the lineup. A little stinger for him. Big third down coming up for the Knights. Third and a long 2. Rourke and Love in the backfield. Snap going back to Rourke. Keeps it up the middle. Gets enough for the first down. Gets across the 50 in the Midland territory to the 49.
That's a tough back.
Yeah, it is. Zach Rourke in there, 5'10", 180-pound senior.
And this isn't really, Bridgeport football. Bridgeport football is plant your foot and go. So the fact that Midland is making him drive is, again, going to benefit Midland as this game goes on. I do think that Midland is the better conditioned team, and Bridgeport has only had to play possibly 3 complete games based on how far ahead they've been in most of their games.
Rourke came into this ball game over 1,600 yards of rushing. First and 10. For the Indians. Near side, Rourke has an open field, turns upfield, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down. And it is going to be brought down there on the near side by Ryder. A pickup of 6 yards on the play. The fans wanting a hold on the near side.
Because it was a hold.
Yeah, didn't get the call. Second down and 4 coming up. 2:10 left to play here. Rolling clock here in this first half. 14-13 our score.
There's only been 1 penalty actually in this game.
Yeah.
That was on the opening kickoff.
Well, no, it was actually 2 because we had one on the before the extra point.
Oh, that's right. We did encroachment, 2.
All right. In the backfield, Love and Rourke. Hand off to him, then quick pitch to the right. Fakes it, turns upfield, 40, 35, and wrapped up and brought down to the 35-yard line. Gets enough of the first down to move the chains. Pick up of close to 10 on the play. Clock set back in motion, minute 40 left to play. Knights can hold here and maybe get out of this, but the thing is, Bridgeport gets the football back to start things off in the second half.
I'll take the hold.
1st and 10 now for the Indians. They're on top, 14-13. Snap to Rorick. Keeps it. Right side, turns up. Works his way down to the 30-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play. 2nd down, 5 coming up. 70 seconds left to play here. Curry up offense now for the Indians. Quickly at the line. Snap going back to Love this time. Love working behind the block from Rory. Gets enough for the first down as he gets all the way down to the 25-yard line. Stops the clock with 60 seconds left to play first half. Another first down for the Indians. Clock set back in motion. 14-13 is our score. Bridgeport on top by 1. Snap back to Rorick. Turns upfield, gets across the 20 down to the 18-yard line, and there's going to be a timeout called by Bridgeport. Keep it right here with 47.5 seconds left to play in this first half. 2nd down, 4 coming up now for the Indians.
All right, so Rorick came up a little limpy on that play. You were talking about 1,600 yards, but I think he's only played 9 games. So he has maybe 8 or 9. I think he had some injuries midseason, so he is coming into this game a little nicked up, and he was a little slower than he normally is as far as getting back up. So Midland defense, this is really where we need to hold. Even if they can hold him to a field goal, that still puts them in a position.
With a freshman kicker.
Right, with a freshman kicker.
Getting his first start.
And his range, I was watching him in warm-ups, his range is right about the 15. I mean, so he's about, 32 in from there, from the 15. He was missing them consistently from 37.
All right, timeout taken by Bridgeport. Leaves them with 2. 47.5 seconds left to play here first half. 14-13 the score. 2nd down and a long 4 coming up. In the backfield once again, it is Spatafor. He lines up towards the near side. And a man in motion coming near side. Spatafor looking to pass the football. Steps up, fires back across the middle. The receiver makes the grab at the end zone. Touchdown. The tight end making the grab, and Devon Williams making the grab. And it's a touchdown for Bridgeport, this time through the air.
I got to tell you, that was good coverage by Midland, but Williams is 6'2". Midland players playing defense were not.
He came in at over 300 and something yards in receiving this season, and for an offense like this, that's pretty rare.
That's a unicorn.
It is that when you have a kid that size. 6'2", 185, but he plays about 6'6". Extra point attempt coming up. Kick is up, and it is good. 40.5 seconds left to play here in this first half. It is Bridgeport 21 and Cabell Midland 13. We'll keep it right here as we get ready for halftime coming your way here in just a bit. We'll take a look at some other scores from games. It's one thing about it, you get the quarterfinal matchup.
There's not that
many games going on. So,
all right, so Midland has not had a kickoff return this season. I think we've had a couple of punt returns, but a kickoff return here, at least getting us in midfield. We still have 2 timeouts. Midland's a 1 play away from scoring a touchdown type offense now. So 2 timeouts, 40 seconds. We can score here. We can score here. Very conceivable.
We just need to get some stops here too.
No stops here.
Yep.
We want to score here. Stop it at the halftime.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We also need the stops too to happen. All right. Knights getting the football back with 40.5 seconds left to play here in this first half. Williams tees it up at the 40, far hash mark. Here's the kick, end over end. It's fielded by Knight at the 9. Brings it up near side 15, 20, 25 to the left to the 30, 35. Still on his feet to the 40, 41-yard line. 33.3 seconds left to play.
That's good. That gives us right where we're now. Now, we got 2 timeouts. Playbook is open. Shockey and Curtis is 1 step and a go away from taking it to the house. We need a house call here.
See if they try to go back to the pass again here. 2 wide outside the way, ball middle of the field, the 41-yard line. Shockey has Jones to his left, takes a snap, Two-step drop, looking to fire, comes back towards the near side, has Nida making the grab at the 36-yard line. He'll step out of bounds, and on the near side, they're going to get him progress to the 35. Pass, catch. That time it gets it to the 45, so a pickup of 15 yards on the passing catch. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Only took about 5 seconds off the clock. 28.6 seconds left to play first half. 21-13. Knights looking to rebound on this one. Shockey, quick pass, near side. Looking for Pauly, goes incomplete, but Nida is all the way down the field.
Oh, a timeout. I'll take that. It was an incomplete pass. We'll take the stop play. We get to do that over.
But the clock started, though. We lost 3 seconds on the clock. So 2 wideouts on the way, ball near hash mark. That a player had to go out because the helmet came off. There goes Shockey, steps up, fires back to the middle, and it goes incomplete.
All right, so that's twice. What's going on? Somebody's screaming over there.
I think they wanted a holding call.
But like I say, it's twice that he's had receivers open. He needs to just kind of take a pause. He's going 3 steps back, firing the ball.
3rd down, 10 coming up. 2 wideouts near side, short side of the field. Shockey looks back to his right, gets the play call from Coach Luke Sammons. Steps back up, gives a signal at the line. Claps the hands, takes a snap, 2-step drop, steps up into the pocket, fires back across the middle, has a receiver making the grab. It's Meter.
Timeout.
Gets across the 35. They'll stop the clock temporarily and move the chains. Gets it to the 33-yard line. And now a timeout taken by Cabell Midland. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here with 16.1 seconds left to play. First half. Knights trail 21-13.
So in our playbook, this is 3 passes. This is 1 run and 2 passes. 1 run if we make it to the house. Still wide open.
Yeah.
But it's not wide open for you to make decisions back there. So it's going to be a quick decision in regards to the play. If it's not open, he's going to have to throw it away.
Not try to tuck it and run and give up some time. Just if you don't have it, throw it away.
Well, you can run, but you can't sit back there and think about it.
Yeah.
Like, we can't have any delays.
If you like to save that final timeout here because you can at least get a couple plays off here. 16.1 seconds left.
And we're close to field goal range for Hornbuckle. He's good from about 45 out.
All right, here we go. Football at the 33-yard line, near hash mark. 2 wideouts either way. Shockey out of the shotgun. Jones to his left. Claps his hands, takes the snap, 2-step, now under pressure, rolls out near side. He's going to tuck it and run and throws it as it gets out of bounds on the near side.
Why do you do that?
Well, he didn't lose yards on it, stepping out of bounds.
He was close. That was supposed to be the illegal forward pass.
Well, he was all the way out here on the near side. He was 5 yards behind the ball, behind the line of scrimmage. He would have lost 5 yards stepping out of bounds.
I thought they marked him. Looked like as a loss of a yard.
No, it's back to second. It's back to 3rd down and 10.
Okay,
or 2nd down and 10.
That far line's been actually marked down, but we'll go.
Yep. 9 seconds left. Here's Shockey taking the snap, setting up the screen, far side to Jones Jr. Turns up field, gets across the 30, and he's been wrapped up. And the final timeout is going to be taken with 0.8 seconds left. 0.8 seconds left to play here in this first half. And the final timeout taken by the Knights. And they are going to go for the field goal. Hornbuckle's going to come on out. And he's going to try to go for the 3 points.
Are they marking him at the 26, the ball?
Yep, towards the 26, 36. You go back 7, so you're looking at, 42?
I was going to say, yeah.
42-yard kick. He's got 2 field goals on the season for Tony Hornbuckle.
It's a bad angle, though.
Ball at the far hash mark. They'll put the ball officially down at the 33-yard line. 43-yard field goal attempt. Bridgeport does have a timeout. See if they burn it. Nope. Here's a snap. The kick is up, and it is
good.
Good. No, went wide right.
Wide.
Time expires here in the first half with the Knights trailing 21-13. Had the distance, just went a little to the right. Missing the upright.
It was the angle.
Yep. Hornbuckle slid on the turf out there. Not sure if he got all the leg in behind that he wanted, but it goes for naught. The Knights trail 21-13. We go to halftime here in Ona. We'll come back. We'll recap the first half, take a look at some stats from the first half, too, get you some scores in other games as the halftime report starts next right here on 97.9 The River.
So, what if you're walking out here?
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Doug Nestor. I'm from Canova, West Virginia, and when I'm back home, you can find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory, serving the tri-state for over 60 years.
Here at Thornhill, our goal is to provide you with the best automotive experience.
From our state-of-the-art facilities, amenities, and certified staff, we call family.
You'll be offered the best experience you deserve.
We take pride in our focus for customer care, bringing the best quality and support for all of our customers' needs.
What are you waiting for? It's your time to get behind the wheel with Thornhill.
Get started now at thornhillautomotive.com.
Just tag it at Thornhill, where it's all here for you. US 119 Chapmanville and Logan, WV to Belfry, Kentucky.
Damn. Got tickled in the back of my throat.
First chair percussionist, drum major J.R. Ash, assisted by Erica Bias and Marcus Blanks. The Marching Knights will be performing their 2023 competition show entitled Behind the Mask.
Real quick, looking back at the scoring, 8-play, 65-yard drive, starting things off with a Knights 42-yard touchdown run. Curtis Jones Jr., the extra point was no good, making the score 6-0. That at the 9:15 mark in the first quarter. And then it was Bridgeport answering. Tim Jeffries with a 57-yard touchdown run. Extra point good, making the score 7-6. That at the 7:10 mark in the first quarter. We changed quarters at the 10-minute mark. Matter of fact, 10:04 mark in the second quarter. 1-yard touchdown run by Josh Love. And the extra point good, making it 14-6. The Knights answer with a 15-yard touchdown run from Robert Shockey, but it was a 46-yard pass between Shockey and Peter in that drive that set it up. And the extra point was good, making it 14-13 with 8:41 left to play in the second quarter. And then deck, Spotafore, with a 19-yard touchdown pass, and connecting with the receiver in the backfield, or in back of the end zone with Devon Williams. Went over top of two receivers making the grab, and the extra point making it 21-13. Ken Bryson, how do you think it played out so far?
Played out like we expected. We expected a close game. Right now, we're pretty much a touchdown apart. I thought that Midland did a whole lot better in the second quarter than they did in the first. I mean, I figured Bridgeport has to score by passing the ball, and that's something that Bridgeport really doesn't want to do. Then it tells you that their defense is being effective. One of the things that I think that Midland's going to have to do, though, and I really don't count that last series as being indicative, but Midland has had, I believe, one turnover on downs, and then they've had one series where they punted. But they're going to have to be a little bit more consistent offensively. I think they're going to have to realize that, they're going to have to score. And I think they're going to score almost on every possession, because there's no guarantee that they can actually stop Bridgeport from scoring. So I think they're going to make some adjustments. I thought they were doing some really good things defensively as far as keeping the Bridgeport runners in front of them. But they're going to have to be a little bit more consistent. We can't allow them to get 3-4 yards per carry. We need to reduce that number down to 2.
Yeah.
So if we reduce it down to 2, all you need is tell them 1 more yard.
But that's easier said than done. It's going to take a big challenge.
They adjust. Everything's on the line.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a decision. You have 24 minutes of football left in your season, or you have 24 minutes of football left in this game.
In this week, yeah.
So you have to decide what's this going to be. I don't think he's saying anything to them. I think he's letting them sit. They know.
Yeah.
They know they got to come up with some big stops here to be able to make things happen here. 12 times. Best man early out. Except for the Martin man who's right now at the crowd. Back last week, they were not here. They were at Indianapolis, meeting at the national level, and doing very well. Did not advance on to the Saturday side of things, but went to Indianapolis with another great showing. So congratulations to them. Also making up the stuff again this year too. That's a big deal. So congratulations to the fans. But yeah, I agree with you on the Knights here. It is a opportunity. They got to come up with a big stop, because they'll come back out and start things off in the second half. It is going to be Bridgeport start things off. Big stop. At least for that first run. A couple of people say they could hear us talking over the broadcast. So let me know when we're live or not live. Well, absolutely. Crazy. 3 seed taking on number 11 seed East Hardy. That game tomorrow is starting at 7-3 on the season. And a pair of undefeated teams right now. Somebody will have their first loss of the season coming to the game that will send them home for the season.
It is number 4 Greenbrier West hosting number 5 Wahama, and at the half it is Greenbrier West 14, Wahama 8. Both those teams 11-0 on the season. That tells you an idea how competitive Class Single A is here in the state of West Virginia.
Well, actually, I get to watch a lot of games. That's one of the things we actually do in our household after Midland plays. We end up watching other games produced by our folks at Video Productions. And I will tell you, I watched that Scott Nitro game last Saturday. That was our midday viewing. And Scott is a pretty impressive team. Nitro is a very good team as well. But, football is alive and well in the Mountain State. A lot of people complained this season saying that they had issues regarding scores. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. Everything comes out in the wash. And what I mean by that is, regardless of who you have on your rosters, statistically wise, you got to play on the field. And I think we've seen that, roster aside, it's the best 11 versus the best 11. So the game is still the game. With that being said, you remember how we said at the beginning that this was the game of the night? It truly is going to be the game of the night. I think the first half was very competitive. I think both teams had periods where they sort of exerted their will. I think in the second half, you're going to see just a little bit more out of both squads. So if Midland wants the championship, you got to play whoever's in front of you.
I think a lot of it has to come offense and defensive lines. The one thing that we did see on the offensive side, the Knights threw the football a little bit more than when they ran the football, and that's kind of uncharacteristic. Maybe getting back to the ground and pound a little more on the run side of things. Let those big guys like Braylon Ryder and Foster and Ruley and Williams and all those guys, Parlier on that line, kind of make things happen for you. They did switch those wide stances. When I say that, they're wide stance, the gaps went up to about 2-yard gaps in between, trying to spread things out. Only problem is Bridgeport was having some success in shooting those gaps there in the ball game. So we'll see how the Knights do on that. But on the defensive side of things, you're just trying to stay competitive with an offense that say what you will about the offense that Bridgeport runs. Mm-hmm. As old school as it is, they run it perfectly, and you got to have quick eyes to be able to see where this football is going anytime, because sometimes you'll see them do 3 handoffs in the middle of things. You'll see them do play action, which we've seen. That's a new wrinkle that they've added in this year in passing the ball, but it is a hard offense to, I know it's hard for us to watch on this end and try to call. I can only imagine trying to be in the trenches trying to figure out who has the football.
Oh, absolutely. And there's a little nuance that they do, too, that a lot of people don't see unless you're field level. Those backs get low. So it's not just that they just have a lot of deception. They're so low at the mesh point, which we talked about, you really can't see until that back lifts their head. And they all carry out fakes.
Yeah.
There's another thing, too. They all carry out the fake, and they all run. I tell you what's actually it's kind of interesting. The rain stopped.
Yeah.
And, we were passing when it was raining. The rain has stopped. The receivers are getting their hands dried. There may be some gloves coming out. We're going to come back. We're coming back.
Unofficially, Shockey, 10 carries, 43 yards. He's 5-11 passing for 82 yards here tonight. And it's Jones Jr., 9 carries, 62 yards here on the night for Cabell Midland. Take a break. We'll come back. We'll get ready for second half action. It's Cabell Midland trailing Bridgeport by a score of 21-13 as the halftime report continues right here on 97.9 The River.
When you think of insurance, hometown, Cabell Midland, and Barberville.
3 minutes, Lola. 3 minutes on this.
Insurance. Yes, I confirm 3 minutes.
Thank you, bud. Huh?
Hi, this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar rewards card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Mr. Cooper, we have an emergency at a middle school. Thank you. Board office, will you activate the crisis team? This is not a drill.
In Cabell County Schools, we are ready, alert, and aware.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Going out? Hungry? Have kids? Looking for a fun, casual joint? Then Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington is the place to be. Bring the kids 12 and under on Tuesdays, and they eat for just 99 cents all day long. That's right, an entree, 2 sides, and a drink for less than $1. Plus, Tuesday at Roosters means a featured appetizer all day for just $2. Roosters will lighten your mood and not your wallet. And you can always enjoy your favorite sports on Roosters 40 TVs. Roosters at Pullman Square in Huntington, a fun, casual joint.
Planning for a funeral is never easy, and selecting the right mortuary can be important. Family owned and operated for over 6 decades, our family has helped other families going through the most difficult time. Chapman's Mortuary and Crematory can help you plan arrangements today or offer a pre-need funeral plan in line with your intimate wishes. And now, we provide Huntington's only on-site crematory. Call us for a free consultation. Chapman's
program down there in Lexington hadn't been around for a long time, many years, couple of decades. And Chad kind of resurrected the program, brought it up. They played that, like what Huntington St. Joe is doing now. They play that middle school, that JV level, working their way up. And now I think they're 1A, if I'm not mistaken, in Kentucky, and with a chance to kind of go for a chance to play for a state championship next week down in Louisville. So that'd be pretty cool.
And there's another Pennington playing quarterback down there, too.
Yep, and doing a good job. Doing a really good job. So we'll see how it shakes out. All right, here we go, folks. It is Bridgeport that will get the football to start things off. The Knights won the opening coin toss, and they elected to receive, took it down, got the score. So we'll see if the Knights defense can come up with a big stop here to get things going. Final instructions from head coach Luke Sammons as Luke has shedded the jacket. Matter of fact, he must have that locker room hot. He is sweated down.
Nah, you know what happened in that locker room. Hey, it's big game, baby.
Oh, yeah.
We dressed for war.
Didn't break the Crocs back out this year. I noticed that. So
you can't do it. You got to take care of your toes.
Hey, you know what? It didn't matter if it was 12 inches of snow on the ground. He was still wearing Crocs out there.
Yeah, that was 0 kids. He's got 4 kids now.
All right, here we go. It is Bridgeport that will get the football to start things off. Back deep towards the near side is Alex Moses. Here's the sky kick. It's going to be a short kick fielded near side at the 30-yard line, and he is going to take a big hit. And on the reception that time, it was Cameron Martin. And did a good job holding on to the ball because he took a heck of a hit from a couple players.
Yeah, that was Massey going downhill. It's ski season. Lance skis.
1st and 10 now for the Bridgeport Indians. They'll be going from right to left. Just underway here in this second half. It is Bridgeport 21, Cabell Midland 13. The Knights switched up to that 5-2 defense. Looks like they're going back with the same thing. Gue at the end on the near side, Jones Jr. on the far side. In the backfield, it is Rorick and Love. And the direct snap will go back to Love. Up the middle, couple of yard pickup on the play, and that's it. It is Big Trace Atkins. Hair flying in the breeze and all, and coming in making the stop. Only a 2-yard pickup on the play, 2nd down 8.
And 2 is acceptable. 2 plus
That's
2
it.
plus 2 equals 1.
All right, 2nd down and 8. 11.5 minutes left to play here, 3rd quarter. Bridgeport huddles up. About 7 yards off the football, ball near hash mark. Red pants, white stripes, white jerseys, red numerals for Bridgeport. All red uniforms for the Knights. Direct snap. This one goes to Rorick. Right side. Looked like a busted play. Trying to turn upfield, and he does. Curtis Jones Jr. taps him and wraps him up. Ray Williams in there to wrap him up and bring him down, and Rorick is slow getting up on the far side.
That's actually
one of the linemen is slow
78.
getting up. That is Ray James, the 6'4", 230-pound senior. Pick up a 2 on the play, 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Knights. Cowbells, milk jugs making noises on the near sideline. Ball far hash mark.
Look for a pass.
In the backfield, it's Love and Rorick. Man in motion towards the near side and a handoff up the middle. This is Rorick. He's going to be stood up there at the 40-yard line, and that's about it. He's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of the 1st down. 4th down and a long one coming up here for Bridgeport, and decision time now for the Indians. Look like they're going to go for it.
They are.
Love gets the play call. He'll bring it in. Also checking in will be Cam Martin. Rorick will go out.
All right, let's go, Midland.
Martin in the backfield, along with Love. Ball at the 40-yard line. Need to get to the 42. Here's a snap, right side. It's Love. He's going to be stood up 1 second effort, though. He's going to get on the move. He got stood up behind the line of scrimmage, and this spin move towards the near side got enough for the 1st down. 9:50 rolling clock here, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Ball far hash mark at the 44-yard line.
So that was 2, 3, 2, and 3.
That second effort got him. Kept his legs moving. Knights stacking that interior line. There's a snap. Goes back to Rorick. Running towards the near side. Turns upfield. Gets a gap. And Knight is going to trip him up there along with Cannon Lewis. Turns upfield across the 45 and up to the 47-yard line. Make it the 48-yard line.
Now, Shockey actually had him. I think he didn't know where he was in regards to the line of scrimmage because the lead blocking back actually had went beyond the line of scrimmage. So he was trying to figure out whether he was possibly going to pitch it, but look for him to come back on that play.
2nd down, 6, 4-yard pickup, 9-minute mark here, 3rd quarter. Knights trail 21-13. Bridgeport slowly gets up to the line of scrimmage. Rorick in the backfield along with Love, also Sparks, who will call out the signals. Here's right side,
14.
hand off Love. He'll turn upfield 50 inside Midland territory. We got one marking here at the 47-yard line, and it's going to be short of the first down, but third and about a half a yard coming up.
He's in some generous spots.
But luckily it was the man on the near side spotting the far side. They had him all the way up to the 45-yard line. Third and short coming up. Rorick goes out. It will be Martin checking back into the lineup now for the Indians. Check that. It is Spottifor who's back out there. Spottifor near side. Love to the right. Snap back to Spottifor. Handoff on the inside. Jet sweep. Ball carrier gets across the 45-40 and then falls forward to the 39-yard line. And the ball carrier that time, it is Tim Jeffries for Bridgeport. Under 8 minutes left to play here, third quarter. This opening drive, all Bridgeport. Another first down, 1st and 10 from the 40.
And you know who wasn't on the play was Rorick. He was sitting on the sideline. He's coming back in now, but I don't know if he has sort of a nick or.
They've been rotating him and Spottifor and also Cam Martin. Whenever he goes out, one of those two come in. Love near side, Rorick to the right side. Jeffries is the wing back, direct snap back over to Rorick. Turns upfield, 40, 35, make it the 36-yard line. Pick up a 3, second down, 7. Keeping it between the hash marks, 7:20. Rolling clock, third quarter, Knights trail 21-13. Bridgeport taking their time here, getting the play call in.
Yeah, they are taking a lot of time. They're trying to shorten this.
Kind of get spoiled having the play clock and not having it now. Slowly up to the line. The ball control offense. As long as the Bridgeport offense out there, Midland offense is not there. Here's a snap to Love inside of Jeffries,
23.
and Jeffers gets it up across the 35 and dives his way down to the 34-yard line. Pick up of 3, make it 4, third down and 4 coming up. Jeffers on the carry. Shockey goes out.
Not happy about it.
And not happy about something. Into the lineup for the Knights will be Elijah Pratt. Another big third down coming up for the Knights. Love and Rourke in the backfield. Handoff. Actually, it's a snap back to Rourke. Turns upfield, gets across the 30. Good enough for the first down and works his way down to the 29-yard line. And another injured Indian in the backfield. That is one of the offensive linemen. And he is very slow in moving.
Still number 78.
Yep.
Now, on that particular play, actually, they looked like 23, who I guess he plays.
Jeffers.
He lined up as tight end.
Yeah.
On the line of scrimmage, so that takes away one ball carrier.
5:45, rolling clock, third quarter. Knights trail 21-13, 1st and 10 once again here for the Indians. Rorick and Love in the backfield. Snap goes to Love. Hesitates, comes back near side. Nice cut move. Gets across the 30, 25, down to the 24, make it 23-yard line. He goes for 6 on that first down play, brings up second down 4. Gillespie will come off towards the near side for the Knights.
I tell you, Midland's got to find a way to stop a dive play.
This is an opening drive here for Bridgeport that has taken 7 minutes off the clock. We're approaching that 7 minutes on this drive. Love, Rorick in the backfield once again. Direct snap to Rorick, handoff, quick pitch, right side, over to Love, turns upfield, stood up once there at the 15, stays on his feet 10, and works his way down to the 8-yard line. That kid refuses to go down.
I was going to say, we had our chance on that high pitch if we would have had someone in that backfield.
Went to Love, actually went to Rorick, to Jeffers, and then Jeffers on the pitch to the outside over to Love. First and goal now for the Indians, and a drive that's been going on since the start here of the third quarter. 4.5 minutes left to play here, third quarter. Here's a direct snap to the backfield. New ball carrier this time for the Indians, and on the carry
It's 12.
It was Alex Moses who comes in and gets the carry and a pickup of a couple yards, going to that second down and goal from the 5. Moses runs over, gets the play call, checks back in. Moses, 5'10", 165-pound junior. Drive down to under 4 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. The way we're going right now, we're going to have a 12-minute drive. Knights aren't going to see the field offensively. In the backfield, in the tailback, here's a direct snap back there. Once again, the Moses stretches out. Moses gets in the end zone, touchdown. Wow. 5-yard run by Moses. And a 5-yard touchdown run. Making it 27-13, 3:39 left to play.
Midland had their chances.
Alex Moses, 5 yards out. He only came in the last 3 plays of that drive and had 3 straight carries. Here goes the extra point now for Williams. And the kick is up, and it is good. 28-13 the score. It is all Bridgeport right now. We're back after this 30-second timeout right here on 97.9 The River.
Hungry for a slice of tradition?
At Food Fair, fresh produce.
The River online anytime at 979theriver.com.
7+ minute drive to start things off in this third quarter for Bridgeport. They take it down with a 5-yard touchdown run, capped off there by Alex Moses. The extra point, good from Williams, making the score 28-13. That, again, a 7+ minute drive that the Knights never saw on the field offensively.
Absolutely. And like I said, we talked about this earlier. This may be a 2-possession half for both teams, but Midland has to score, and they have to get 1 stop.
Williams with the kick. Line drive is going to be fielded over there on the far side by Knight. It brings it up 10, 15, middle of the field, 20, 25. Hit one, spins around at the 30. Wrapped up and brought down at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Knights. We'll see what they can do with the football now, trying to cut back into this lead. Knights trail 28-13.
They got to score quickly.
Yep.
Step 1, score quickly.
And not panic.
Oh, absolutely.
Knights, Shockey breaks the huddle. Going to have in the backfield 2 backs this time. Hobbs is there along with Jones. Jones out of the pistol. Hobbs offset to the right. Shockey, 2 wide outs near side, wide side of the field. Quick pass near side. Branch, high pass goes incomplete.
Man.
Pass was way too high there for Branch. He was, looking up the field. Also, it's just above his head. And couldn't stretch out the fingertips long enough to get it.
And it looked like it was actually going to be a pretty decent play because Hobbs had come out of the backfield in motion, so he was lining up a block.
Stops the clock with 3:27 left to play. Third quarter. Knights trail 28-13. Shockey claps his hands. Hands it off to Jones. Jones turns upfield. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down there. Good job defensively. Got an injured Knight offensive lineman on the field.
I think it's Edwards.
Edwards is slow getting up. On the stop, it was Mark Biafor for the Indians. 2 wide outs near side, ball middle of the field. Shockey takes a snap, rolls out towards the near side pass, goes in and out of the hands, incomplete for Branch, goes incomplete. 4th down and 8 coming up.
They can't punt it. I mean, there's no way they can punt this ball.
I mean, they're going to have to because they don't want to give up the field position here this far back.
They're not punting this ball.
All right, we'll see what they can do with it. It's a long way to go. 4th down and 7. Clock under 3 minutes left to play. 4th and 7 from your own 33-yard line. Shockey takes a snap. 2-step drop, no pressure, steps up, fires back towards the near side, looking for Nida. He makes the grab as he goes out of bounds on the near side of the 40-yard line. That was a gamble that paid off, and Nida had position and was able to come away with the grab.
I got to tell you, Nida has been playing an incredible game the last couple of weeks. Let's showcase him.
Hurry up in the offense now. Shockey steps up, and we're going to have penalty flags because he didn't have him ready.
And he is fired up.
But here's the thing. This is where you got to calm down and get things rolling. He was rushing too quickly there. Not everybody was set and ready to roll to begin with.
I don't think they even knew the play call.
But this is where you can't get animated. You're still in this ball game. 2:51 left to play, third quarter. 28-13 is the score. Shockey out of the pistol. Jones in the backfield. Shockey keeps it himself up the middle. Lowers his shoulder, turns upfield. It's going to be hit once, twice, and third time going to finally knock him down to give him progress to the 41-yard line. He got back 4 yards of the 5 yards they lost on the penalty. Second down, 11 coming up.
And
clock rolls to 2.5 minutes. Sorry, Kent.
I was going to say, and it looks like the referees are holding up the ball to allow Bridgeport to change personnel because Midland changed personnel. But let's not get away from number 2. He hasn't had a lot. He hasn't had a Curry.
He had one so far in this drive. Takes the handoff to him. Here goes Shockey. Steps up, firing down the middle, looking for a receiver and trying to find Nida and Paulie down there. They were both, matter of fact, right within about a yard of each other.
Yeah, somebody came in when they should have
went out. Yeah. Third down, 11 coming up. Clock stop with 2:10 left to play here, third quarter. From the 41-yard line, ball near hash mark.
And the one thing I can say going on right now, Midland is not playing in control. They need to play in control. There's still a lot of time left in this game.
Here goes Shockey, rolls out near side, quick pass near side, and it's intercepted. It is intercepted, stepping in front of the pass and making the grab. And it is Cole Colorado, and he comes up with the interception. He stepped right in front of the intended receiver in Bowen. It goes turnover, and not what you need for Midland.
I don't know who was actually on that sideline. I thought it was Paulie.
I think it was Bowen that was intended receiver. And
let me see.
He stepped right in front of it and came away with the interception. 28-13, 2:04 left to play here in this third quarter. And Bridgeport off the turnover. In the backfield, Rorick and Love. Snap to Love, keeps it, goes right side, turns up, stood up there. And he's going to be wrapped up and brought down there by Branch after a pickup of 3 yards on the play. Second down, 7.
And Midland is amped. I've never seen them this sort of animated. They've been in control pretty much most of the season, but, I mean, on the sidelines, even on the field, there's a lot of emotion coming out of these kids.
Clock continues to roll. 90 seconds left to play, third quarter. Bridgeport's owned this third quarter. They had a long drive, 7+ minutes to start things off in this second half. Here's to quick pitch back over to the right side.
14.
Love with the football, turns upfield, gets across the 35, gets upended at the 40-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down. 3rd and 1 coming up. Bridgeport does not have to rush things. They have the lead, 28-13, down to 70 seconds left to play third quarter. Ball at the 40-yard line, far hash mark.
You know what a holding call would do right now?
Why start now? They haven't called any yet. So
hey, you can always start.
3rd down and 1.
I need for a hold Bridgeport right here.
Bridgeport with the lead. 47 seconds, rolling clock. Direct snap, back to Love, handoff into the middle. Jeffers has an open gap. He's going to break it out across the 50, 45. Touchdown saving tackle by Branch inside Midland territory at the 42-yard line. Jeffries lines up as that wingback on the right side. They handed it off to him on the 3rd time, and he had a nice open hole up the middle.
I guess they're not even going to run a play. They're going to the sideline.
Don't need to. You got a lead 28-13. 20 seconds left to play third quarter. And we're going to go to the fourth quarter with the Knights trailing by a couple of touchdowns and an extra point and a 2-point conversion, a way of tying it. They've got to have something big come up here. 1st and 10 for Bridgeport, and we change the short side of the field. We go to the fourth quarter here in Ona with Cabell Midland trailing 28-13 to Bridgeport here in the West Virginia Class AAA playoff quarterfinal round matchup right here on 97.9 The River.
In 1967.
Food Fair. Fresh produce means we use local farmers and agriculture to provide the best for your family, from the farm into your hands. Convenience means providing cut and ready fruits and vegetables that give your family freshness without the prep time. By downloading the Food Fair app, you can shop fresh, collect cart cash rewards, and even have freshness delivered right to your door. Download the Food Fair app today and start shopping. Food Fair, conveniently fresh.
Spend your workdays with Cecilia. She'll help you get through your 9 to 5 right here on 97.9 The River.
Short walk to the right side of the football field. Bridgeport 1st and 10. The ball at the 42, making the 43-yard line. Here's a direct snap to Love up the middle. Love breaks one tackle, keeps his feet rolling, gets across the 40, and progress is going to stop there. Ray Williams in there on the stop. Ramey on the stop. Curtis Jones Jr. even getting a hand in there, too. Pick up, they're going to say just beyond the 40 to about the 39.5-yard line. So give him a pickup, Kent, of about 2 yards, bring up 2nd down and 8.
All right, so if you go with the Bridgeport philosophy here, every possession, they're at least going to knock out 225 for running the ball. So Midland has to stop because every first down is an additional probably 225 off the clock.
We'll see what they do here. We're with it. Love and Rorick in the backfield. Direct snap back to Rorick. Working the wide side of the field. Gets over. Gets a good block. Turns the corner.
Nice
and
tackle.
He'll be wrapped up and brought down there. And on the stop over there for the Knights. And he is slow getting up as he's going to hobble off to the far side of the field. And he is in obvious pain as Pratt in on the stop for the Knights.
All right, fellas.
3rd down. A pickup of only a couple. 3rd down and a long 4 coming up now for the Indians. 10:50 left to play, regulations. Knights trail 28-13. Love in the backfield. Also in the backfield. And a handoff up the middle this time to Love as he gets enough for the 1st down. Moved the chains. Needed 4, picked up 5. He stretched it out there and got that 1st down.
I tell you, Midland is making contact at the line of scrimmage, but they're just not wrapping up.
So Bridgeport not having to rush things. 28-13 with 10:15 rolling clock. Things not looking good for the number 1 seeded Knights. Ball at the 32-yard line. Love in the backfield. Also back there is Moses. Direct snap to Moses. Turns upfield. Has a nice block. Squirts his way through to the 25 and up to the 24-yard line. Pick up of 8 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 2.
That was really a false start. I saw that guard shoot out way before that ball was snapped.
9:40 rolling clock. Rourke comes back into the lineup after he went hobbled out there a couple of plays ago. 2nd down, 8. Ball towards the near hash mark at the 24-yard line. Here's a snap, and it goes up the middle to Rourke. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down. Good job defensively. Hobbs in there leading the way for the Knights. Also,
that's 27, Cannon Lewis.
Braylon Ryder in there, too, on the stop, along with Lewis.
I thought we would see a lot more Hobbs on defense tonight. I think he just has a lot of tenacity. He's in there
Well,
now.
he's running things from the defensive line spot, from the nose guard spot. That normally would be Lunsford in that position, along with Ryder. All right, 3rd down, long 2 coming up. 8:30 rolling clock. Left play in regulation. Here's a snap to Love. Hand off to Jeffers. Gets across the middle. Gets across the 20. 15. 1st down. Move the chains. keep it going for Bridgeport. That one is a backbreaker right there with 8:27 left to play in regulation.
Man.
Put the football down at the 14-yard line near hash mark.
Midland needs something.
Winner of this game will face Princeton. The winner of the Princeton-Parkersburg game. Last score we had, it was Princeton on top. We'll get an update on that coming up in just a bit. Rain has stopped. And quiet on the near sideline. In the backfield. Moses, snap to him. He'll turn up. He's going to be wrapped up with about 5 jerseys in there. One of those in there, Trace Adkins on the bottom of the pile. Matt Edwards in there on the stop. Pickup of 4, make it 5 on the play. Second down, 5 coming up. 7:35 rolling clock in the contest. Knights trail 28-13.
All right, Midland needs a big stop at this particular point.
Just been dominant here on the ground tonight for Bridgeport. No play clocks, so they're keeping time on the field, but they don't have to worry about rushing things here, just letting the clock continue to roll. Rorick in the backfield along with Love. Snap will go. Man, we got timeout.
Oh.
Bridgeport takes a timeout. Breaking the action, we'll step aside ourselves. 7:03 left to play in regulation. It is Bridgeport 28, Cabell Midland 13. 30-second timeout right here, 97.9 The River.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar store. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Jason Elkins State Farm. The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week from Kendra Digital Sports.
This is Cabell Midland football on 97.9 The River.
7:03 left to play regulation. It is Bridgeport 28, Cabell Midland 13 out of the timeout taken by Bridgeport. As this whole second half has been all Bridgeport so far. The other game going on, it is Martinsburg 36, Jefferson nothing. That game in the third quarter. And the matchup that we're keeping an eye on here, the winner of this game faces Princeton and Parkersburg. And it is Parkersburg trying to make a game. It's 28-23, that game in the third. In the backfield, here's a snap inside. 23. Once again, the Jeffers once again gets across the 8 and still on his feet as he works his way down close to that 5-yard line where he needs to get just beyond the 5 for the first down. Third down, long one coming up. Now, if you're Bridgeport, if you don't get it here, you got a field goal kicker, you can give him an opportunity here. It's kind of in his range.
Yeah, you got to kick it.
Or you go for it and continue to let the clock roll down and put Midland deep in their own territory. Love, Rorick in the backfield. Snap to Rorick. Working the left side. Lead block, turns upfield, lowers his shoulder, dives into the end zone. Touchdown. It is a 6-yard touchdown run. And that one's going to put the nail in the coffin right there. Zach Rorick. Six-yard run. Had a great lead block out there from Love. 34-13. Williams, the extra point attempt coming up. Kick is up, and it is good. Nope, no good. He missed it.
Okay.
So, all right, 34-13, 30-second timeout. It's all Bridgeport here on 97.9 The River.
Bridgeport Equipment wishes Coach Luke Salmons and the Cabell Midland football team the best of luck this season. Bridgeport Equipment.
Thought we would.
At Food Fair, fresh produce.
6:18 left to play here in regulation. It is Cabell Midland trailing 34-13. Bridgeport adding another touchdown. Zach Rorick, 6-yard run on that one. Extra point, no good. 34-13 to score. We'll tee it up by Williams at the near hash mark at the 40-yard line. Knights get the football back. I mean, anything is possible, but then again, it's a tough task at hand. Here's the approach. Sky kick going over to the far side, and Ray will make the grab at the 25-yard line. And he hobbled up a little bit there when he tried to step out of bounds, trying to stay in bounds, and may have twisted up an ankle a little bit.
I thought he was trying to see where it was going to bounce, because I thought his initial thing was he was going to try to let it, fall, but he didn't know whether it was going to bounce in bounds or out of bounds. But
all right, 1st and 10 for the Knights from the 25-yard line.
Last time I checked, if you run it or pass it, it's pretty much about the same amount of time, right?
Oh, yeah.
To get to the end zone. Let's get some number 2 action.
Shockey out of the shotgun. Ball far hash mark. 2 wide outside the way. Takes a snap. Rolls out to his right. Throws on the run and looking for Nida out of bounds. Goes incomplete. Second down, 10, stopping the clock, 6:11 left to play regulation.
Hey, I'm telling you, you can hand the ball off to Jones, and Jones can get it to the end zone.
So, Shockey with the interception last drive. Bridgeport paying it off with a touchdown. Out of the pistol this time, Shockey takes a snap. 2-step drop, under pressure, steps up in the pocket, fires deep downfield, looking towards the near side for Meter. Goes incomplete, pass just a little too far out in front of him. Better there for it. Also, Nida in the area too, but on the defensive side of things, Cam Martin there for Bridgeport. 3rd down, 10 coming up.
And I thought that was probably one of Shockley's better passes, actually.
There goes Shockey, pass towards the near side. Meter making the grab, 25-yard line, and turns upfield to the 30. And it'll bring up 4th down and 4. Better with the reception.
All right, so Midland.
Mr. Dennis Ball will be retiring. Let's give him a big round of applause for giving his heart, soul, and everything into the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause.
Dennis Ball calling it quits there after this year and 40-plus years between Cabell Midland and Milton High Schools. Doing a great job in service in the community. Quick pass towards the near side. Looking for Nida, actually looking for Bowen. Goes incomplete. And
they're getting into it now. Something's going on.
Yeah, they were a little talk after the play. And it turns the ball over on downs back to Bridgeport. 5:22 left to play regulation. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
You really don't question, because coaches know their kids better than we do as commentators, but with 3 timeouts and an all-state running back, you got to give this kid touches.
1st and 10 now for the Indians from the 31-yard line, ball near hash mark. And the Indians, we'll see how hard they push the pressure here. The Knights like to get a stop here and force the turnover on downs. Rorick in the backfield. Also back there is Love. Jeffers lines up at the wing towards the near side. Here's the snap right there. Rorick gets across the 30, 25. Penalty flag coming in on the backside, and another penalty flag coming in. This one's going to go against the Knights. I think it's going to go against Braylon Ryder.
Maybe.
The second flag, I think, definitely against him. First flag is back at the stop, or the point where the stop happened. We'll see what happens here with the officials. Officials discussing it. They stand at the 29-yard line. So shot block against 15 yards against Bridgeport. We'll check the post penalty flag.
Huh?
So they'll mark 15 back because it was a post penalty, a post play penalty. They'll go 15 yards forward, and it's an automatic first down. So the yardage doesn't change, but it goes back to first down. So basically it negates it out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I thought the offensive penalty would make it first down too. So, I mean.
Well, it backed it up when it first down in 25. Or first down in 25. So. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Snap back to Jeffers. He turtles out to the left side, gets across the 30, 25, 20, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down out of bounds over there on the far side by Ramey. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Are they looking for another flag? They look like they kind of stopped here.
1st and 10 coming up now for the Bridgeport Indians. Got an injured on the far sideline. I believe that is Jeffers that's out over there on the far sideline. And he's laid over there on the sideline towards the track right there at the point where he went out of bounds. Well, thrown out of bounds over there. And I wonder if he's cramping up.
I can't really see either. They're blocking it.
Yeah, they're stretching out his leg. He's cramping up over there. So
he's ran a lot.
4:45 left to play here in regulation. It is Bridgeport 34 and Cabell Midland 13. Taking a look at the scores from other games going on in Class AAA. The matchup that folks are keeping an eye on here, the winner of this game will be facing Parkersburg now as if that game ends now. Parkersburg has jumped out to the lead 30-28 over Princeton. That game has not made the fourth quarter.
Wonder what the weather's like down there.
It's hard. Looked like a radar back earlier. It probably got a lot more rain than we've got here right now.
Absolutely.
Martinsburg 42, Jefferson nothing. Take a quick look at AA score. Fairmont Senior continuing to put it on Philip Barber 42-0. Independence on top of Winfield 13-0. That game in AA. And in single A matchup here tonight, Greenbrier West 22, Wahama 14. In the backfield, here's a snap. Direct back to the back this time. Once again, it's Moses as he works his way across the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a pickup of 6 yards on the play. 2nd down, 4 coming up, and 4.5 minutes left to play in regulation.
I got to tell you, Jason Toy, this is I don't think this is how the Midland folks envision this game going, particularly in comparison to this year to last year, but the score is becoming awful close, very similar. Last year's game was 41-13. Bridgeport.
Yeah, knocking on the door for that, aren't they?
They're knocking on the door for that.
Here's the snap, direct to Rorick, and he's going to make that happen because he's going to go right at the end zone untouched for the touchdown. 9 yards, and it is Zach Rorick. Had the 6-yard last time. This one he has a 9-yard run. And it is 40-13 with 4 minutes left to play.
You know how you can tell that you're hated as a team? So a group of kids who actually play for a team that lost last week were sitting in front of us. They've been sitting in front of us the whole game, and they've been pretty much heckling the Midland fans. They were kind of quiet in the first half. They just left. They just told us goodbye. They told us goodbye.
All right, here we go. The long snap. And the kick is up, and Williams splits the upright. This time it is good. 41-34 is our score. 30-second timeout here. We got 4 minutes left to play in regulation here on 97.9 The River.
Youth sports play an important role in developing work ethic and...
Our goal is to provide you with the
proud to be the...
Our goal is to provide you with the
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar store. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Jason Elkins State Farm. The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week from Kendra Digital Sports.
Playoffs, and they will face the winner of Parkersburg and Princeton. End over end kick going to be fielded over the far side. That's Rayway. That will bring it back up. Williams brings it up on the far side across the 40. 41-yard line for Ray Williams.
And I got to tell you, we're sitting down in the last 4 minutes of this game. Never say never, but it is looking like it's going to be an impossible task. We can't lose sight of what we did this season. I think, obviously, this game did not turn out the way that, we expected it to turn out. But this team has accomplished a lot, particularly coming off that season last year where, by all estimations, they underachieved.
Out of the pistol formation, here's a snap, direct up to Jones. Jones going to be stood up and falls forward to the 45-yard line. And a pickup of 4 yards on the play brings it second down 6. Fans on the far side wanting a penalty flag called against the Knights.
I think it's official timeout. Okay, no, starting
the clock. 3.5 minutes left to play in regulation. 3 to the near side, single to the right. Fakes the handoff. Shockey steps up. Nobody. Now rolls out near side, looking to throw the football. Fires back across the middle. Has a receiver. Knighted makes a grab. The 36 turns off field to the 30. 25-20. Has a block in front for the 10 to the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Cabell Midland. Shockey extended the play. Made it happen. And a 55-yard touchdown pass for Shockey to Nida.
I think they're going for 2.
41-19 is the score. And like you talked about, Kent, that's going to be looks like they are going to go for 2.
Yeah, they're going for 2.
And it will be Pauly split to the far side. Meter towards the near side. It's Jones Jr. in the backfield. Matter of fact, 2 wideouts to the right. One of those is Nida. There goes Shockey. Rolls out to his right. Nothing there. Comes back towards the near side. Throws to the end zone. Has a receiver near side. And that is Bowen making the grab for the 2-point conversion. And it's a 20-point ball game, 41-21. With 3 timeouts remaining for the Knights, with 3:11 left to play in regulation.
Now all we need is to make sure we get the ball back.
Well, you got to think the onside kick is coming up. You've been practicing all year long. I don't think we've attempted one all year long.
No. Most of the time our kickoffs look like they're onside, but this year I think our kickoffs are pretty consistent with Hornbuckle handling the majority of it, and then, of course, LaFawn the last 2 weeks. Do you put both of them out there? Maybe mess it up, put LaFawn and Hornbuckle?
I think you put your good hands folks out there,
Well, I think, you don't know which direction it's going to go, so I'm anxious to see who they're going to put out here to take this kick.
Got to give props to the folks here. They're playing some good old school music, aren't they?
They're playing music from our age.
A little Belle Biv DeVoe, little BBD.
I saw them last year.
Still sound good?
They sound great.
Yeah. Can they still move?
They can still move. Yeah. I can't, but they can.
All right, here we go. Hornbuckle to attempt the onside kick. He is teeing it up to kick towards the near side. Now, repositions. Here's the approach. Puts it on the ground, bounces through, and it's going to be fielded there. Kind of a line drive rug burner there.
It didn't take a bounce.
Grant Lively on the reception that time. It'll be 1st and 10 for Bridgeport. 41-21 the score with 3:09 left to play regulation. See if the Knights defense can come up here with a stop. One thing about Bridgeport, they don't turn the ball over.
No, not at all. I think there's only been, one offensive penalty, and then it was negated by a defensive penalty.
Yeah.
So no turnovers.
1st and 10 now for the Indians. In the backfield, here's a snap. Handoff Jeffers goes across a jet sweep, and he works his way up to about the 44-yard line. Wrapped up and brought down there on the night by the Knights. We have a player coming out towards the near side. His helmet came off, so he has to make an adjustment there for Cabell Midland. And that player for the Knights.
And Chase Enix.
Yeah, it is Chase Enix. You talked about the senior. Mullet waving in the breeze as he runs off towards the near side. Tell you what, he pulls the mullet off though perfectly. I'll give him that. 2nd down 6 coming your way. Direct snap back to the back this time. Once again, it's Moses working his way across the 50. And he is wrapped up and brought down. Moses gets it to the midfield stripe. 3rd down 1 coming up.
This game kind of makes you kind of reflect a little bit. Midland traditionally does well against most teams. They've had a couple of times, like in series year after year, where they've done poorly. Bridgeport is not a good matchup for Midland. However, Midland's going to be back, folks. This is not the end of this team, and I think you're going to see a lot. They're going to learn from this.
3rd and 1, head off Moses. Actually, direct snap to Moses. He gets enough for the 1st down and moves more. Gets it down to the 45-yard line. Stops the clock while they move the chains with a minute 40 left to play in regulation. A couple of more plays like that, and we'll be done with this one here for tonight. Bridgeport will head back up north. They will get ready to find out if they will be home next week or they will hit the road for Princeton.
I don't think it makes a difference to them.
And as of right now, it is Parkersburg on top, 30-28. First and 10 for the Indians. 70 seconds left to play. And they're going to take the knee. This is victory formation here. And take a couple more of those. Direct snap back to spot of 4. And they'll do another one of those, and I think that'll be it here for tonight. The Knights gave it a good effort.
They did.
But Bridgeport came in like a buzzsaw and never let up.
And I got to tell you, I'm sitting here watching these players, particularly the seniors. They're getting congratulations from their teammates. The season ending is always hard, no matter whether it's in Game 10, Game 11, Game 12, or Game 14. I think the hardest thing for Midland is not the outcome. I think it's when they go back and look, it's the opportunities that they sort of missed in this game. So congratulations to Bridgeport. They came in here tonight. They were the better team. But I'm always going to be a Knights fan. I'm always going to be a Knights fan due to the fact that I know the blood, sweat, and tears all these players put in, cheerleaders, band, the whole community. Tonight it hurts, but tomorrow we start anew.
10 seconds. As a matter of fact, time rolls off here as the Knights will have their season come to an end with a 41-21 decision here to the Bridgeport Indians, the number 1 seed in the West Virginia Class AAA playoffs. Will not advance on beyond the quarterfinal round. It will be Bridgeport that will move on to the next round, and they will face the winner of Parkersburg and Princeton. That game going on just starting the 4th quarter down in Princeton. We'll take a final break. We'll get ready to wrap things up here on your 2023 season for the Cabell Midland Knights right here on 97.9 The River.
The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week is presented by the Marshall Sports Medicine Institute. Fueled by your neighborhood Parmar store. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And sponsored by Jason Elkins State Farm. The Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week from Kendra Digital Sports.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Is that a real song?
I think she liked it.
Your choice of sandwich plus all this for just $5 is worth celebrating. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's Piggy Bag.
this is JJ Roberts from Huntington, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that thundering herd pride at your local Par-Mar stores. We are over 200 stores strong and growing. Download the Par-Mar app for even more savings and sign up for the Par-Mar rewards card. Whether it's food, gas, or groceries, we have you covered. We are Marshall, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
PCB is a long-standing partner in our community. We're your neighbors, your teammates, and your friends, and we want to be your banker. We're a team of experienced professionals focused on the personal, residential, and business needs of our community. We make decisions locally, quickly, and with your best interest in mind.
Knights didn't go the way for the Cabell Midland Knights. They suffered a loss by a score of 41-21. Their season comes to an end with a 10-2 mark on the season, as the Knights will watch Bridgeport move on and advance on to the next round of the West Virginia Class AAA playoffs, as they will face the winner of Parkersburg and Princeton. Right now in the fourth quarter, it is Parkersburg on top of Princeton by a score of 30-28. It was a second half that was pretty much, Kent, we knew going in at the halftime of 21-13 that the Knights needed to do something, but it was a 7+ minute drive that started off of that third quarter that really took the wind out of the sails.
Absolutely, and I think from the Midland perspective, you have to be disappointing for all those seniors. Curtis Jones Jr., Braylon Ryder, Michael Lunsford, Trace Atkins, Cannon Lewis, a lot of kids who gave everything that they could in the 4 years they were here. When Midland goes back and watch this, I think what they're going to find is that instead of asserting their will, they allow Bridgeport to sort of dictate the offensive and defensive flow. But, again, this is why we play. We play to win. We've had a great season, but we didn't have the outcome that we want. So,
yep, it was. Someone's got to advance on and someone has to come to an end. And tonight, this happens to be the Knights coming up on the short end of things here with the loss here to the Bridgeport Indians. But like you said, Kent, it was a good season. Didn't achieve all the goals that you wanted to start off, but you finished off 10-2. The senior class that's going out of here are going to go out winners over what they've done the last 4 years here in the program at Cabell Midland High School. So they've got to look at the marks there on that side of things, on success that they've had here for Cabell Midland High School. A big thanks to all the great community-minded sponsors that help support this program through the football club here for Cabell Midland High School. A big thanks to Luke Salmons and his team and his coaches for allowing us to be a part of it as well. Big thanks to our team here, Lowell Austin, taking care of us all season long back in the studio. Thanks to my partners here in Kent Bryson and Chris Tatum throughout the season. And it was a Knights. It wasn't a good night for the Knights. It was a great season for the Knights, though, as they finish off at 10-2 on the season. Tonight, just coming up short, as they lose by a score of 41-21. They tried to make a run of it there in the ball game, jumping out early. But then Bridgeport coming back and a couple of opportunities there blown by the Knights. But it was that big 7+ minute drive to start things off in that third quarter that really took a lot out of Cabell Midland there to be able to have their chance to get back into this ball game. So thanks to our entire crew, and importantly, folks, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you all for tuning in week and week out throughout the season. All of our fine folks that watch us on our Kindred Digital Marshall Orthopedics High School Game of the Week, fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mar stores, through our friends with Video Productions. Big thanks to Butch and all his crew there for taking care of us. Basketball-wise, we can tell you that we will have a slate of games starting up here next month with our Kindred Digital Marshall Orthopedics High School Basketball Showcase, fueled by your neighborhood Par-Mar stores. Look forward to that coming up in that first weekend, or that first week of December here across all of our Kindred Communications family of stations. Once again, for our entire crew, I'm Jason Toy saying once again our final score tonight. It is Cabell Midland on the short end of the stick. They lose to Bridgeport by a score of 41-21. Bridgeport advances on to the semifinal round of the West Virginia Class AAA playoffs. They will face the winner of Parkersburg and Princeton. And right now we can tell you as we sign off, it is Parkersburg opening up. They're on top 37-28. That game midway through the fourth quarter. For the entire crew and the entire administration here at Cabell Midland High School, thanks to you all for joining us here this season. Knights coming up short, 41-21 here tonight. Good night, everybody.
Go Knights.